someone said you've been going hard on the SMT lately. It's true, I have. But you know, when I heard that bass line, I got to that. That's I guess a new boss from the new version of SMT5. It's hard to, because I played a few hours of the original version on a totally legal version on the PC. You know, when it was still only on the Switch, I played it totally legally on the PC, and I only played it for a little bit because it was disgusting, even with the mods and stuff. But you know, now I'm trying to parse together like, oh, so they added like new songs to just the overworld. You'll just wander around, and there's just more diversity of songs. Diversity is our strength. And so they got new boss fights and new themes and stuff, and yeah, that fucking bass line. How about that? So we just did a video. If you came from the premiere, welcome. If you haven't seen it, I'll briefly flash the thumbnail for you, because I'm pretty proud of the thumbnail. I like the thumbnail that I made. I worked on this over the course of the morning, and I mean, it's nothing super special, you know. It's nothing amazing. But it's just, I struggled to figure out how, thank you to the super chats, thank you, Nicole and everybody, thank you. I struggled to figure out a way to place everybody on here. And I very much wanted to make sure I got Papa John down there. And I think I got it all. I had to draw a chain or whatever for the Sonichu medallion for Irate Gamer. That was necessary. And then Epstein, he's just over there. Don't worry about him. But yeah, there's a recent video. It's not new anymore. It's a couple weeks old now, but there's a video from a little while ago. It's a very old video at this point. It's the first video ever uploaded on YouTube, actually. It was Irate Gamer talking about, because Irate Gamer is still alive, I guess. You know, it's not like I expected him to die or anything. It's just like sometimes you find out like, oh wow, that guy's still alive. Okay, I didn't expect you to still be alive either. So I mean, hey, but Irate Gamer, he's still around. He tried doing ghost channels and stuff, and it seems that he actually believes the ghost stuff, or to some extent. I mean, I don't know how much that might have wormed into his brain. You know, I think he's going crazy. I don't think. You might go watch the video. Someone should make a video about that. If they did, I bet they would be really cool if they made a video about the Irate Gamer situation. Thank you to Safia. Thank you to everybody, the super chats. I appreciate it. We've been gone for a little bit. You know, I've been playing guitar and stuff lately, and just haven't had a lot of, I don't know, generally haven't had a lot of energy for streaming and stuff. There's been a lot of drama with like Boogie and whatnot. I think Medico's doing a stream tomorrow featuring Boogie. So that's going to be exciting. He deleted his Twitter. It's great. I mean, I think it might genuinely be an F in chat for Boogie at this point. Or S, depending on how you look at it, you know. Law or chaos. F or S for Boogie. I think he's not dead, really, but, you know, in terms of, like, an online ego death or whatever, yeah, he's fucked. I don't know. Boogie manages to worm his way out of every situation, but I don't know about this one. I don't know how he's going to turn this one around. Maybe he's going to pull a James Somerton and just start spreading his asshole. I don't know, but thank you, everybody. 12 months membership from Milk Steak asking for a big boy. You know, you got it. Grandival Galeriarch with the 8 months membership, and there's just a bunch of emojis here which I can't read in the thing. What do those say? Hang on. What are those? Are those my cool emojis? Hang on. Oh, chat summary. Viewers are reacting to the news that the popular YouTuber Boogie2988 has passed away and expressing their shock, sadness, and disbelief. Yeah, multiple chat members were asked, and one such chat member responded saying, you know, I was shocked by the news. I was just shocked. And another chat member also responded, and they said that I was very saddened. I was saddened by this news, and I was very saddened. And then another chat member still, he showed up and he said to the news team, he said, I was shocked and saddened. Mostly I was shocked, but I was saddened. I was. So it was a real range of emotions when we found out about Boogie dying. Okay, so the emojis are a nerd, a cowboy hat, a devil, and a squirt. Thank you, Grandival Galeriarch, for these hieroglyphs. Appreciate it. $2 from HG Mick Cartoons. I've always believed in you, Claw. Well, you know, that's the important thing, because I told you I was going to shoot, but you didn't believe me. And why didn't you believe me? I told you I was going to shoot. $2 from Tivy2Vs. Check out Mr. Enter's new Star Giant vid. It's insane. Well, we've been kind of keeping up on that drama, so I guess we could watch that. That might be funny. Thanks to Sophia for the gift membership. Hunter Moore with the $2. Good morning, Chrono. Thank you. $5 from Nicole Pinero. Hey, can you talk about your Bifty FNAF pot? Oh, Jesus Christ! Are you 12? What are these suggestions? I'm familiar with some of these, like, FNAF. Like, you're just telling me to look into FNAF. Have you heard the good news about FNAF? I have. I'm familiar with it. I'm aware of its works. BFDI, though, I know that's one of those YouTube, I don't know, it's some kind of fucking animated series, and it attracts a lot of tism, which, I not like even the funny kind, just like the kind of like, you know, what is the technology, the fucking gacha life avatars and shit like that, just text-to-speech, go animate, shit like that. And that's what a lot of that BFDI stuff is. Bifty, please! I don't know about... I mean, I've heard about some of these other things, but... This all sounds like a 12-year-old sent me suggestions. No offense, you're probably not, but it's just like... Please look at FNAF, please! Told me to move to Brazil next. That's great. 7 months membership from M and Metfees. Praise the golden demise! All hail! Indeed. So, I mean, I guess I can watch the Mr. Enter video. I didn't really have too many plans here. I just was like, you know what? The premiere's ending. I fucked it up because I didn't, I could have linked the premiere viewers to the stream. As is, I think everybody had to, like, go and leave the stream. But I did tell people that I was gonna... You know, that I just was about to start a stream, so I mean, and you know, it's just more work on your behalf, which frankly, I mean, you know, everything's so convenient now, it's nice to have a little bit more, obfuscation of things that we like. So, Mr. Enter, I've heard a little bit about this whole situation. It's the one from 10 days ago, I guess. Everybody's really loving the Mr. Burcham show. They're loving it. It's great. Everyone's a big fan of Mr. Burcham. It's just such, like, low-hanging fruit. It's like Velma. It's like, I don't know. It's like that, there's like that Twitter cartoon that's making the rounds. And, I don't know, it's just like, I don't know, it's just gonna be garbage, isn't it? It's gonna be like the fucking... Did they ever make more of that Bored Ape cartoon? That thing fucking sucked. I remember they made like one episode of it. I don't know. So this is,
Last time on Mr. Enter Investigates, I looked into my ex-editor...
Mr. Enter Investigates. Mr. Enter is here, back in action, everybody. We'll watch some of this. I don't know how much of this. There's 7 chapters and it's an hour and 46 minutes. You know, maybe we need to reinstigate the 10-minute limit on YouTube videos. Maybe we need to go back to that. Remember those days? Remember when videos weren't just for some reason 7 hours long to talk about, like, an episode of The Simpsons? You know, I don't know.
Last time on Mr. Enter Investigates, I looked into my ex-editor, Rebecca Starlight. I had assembled a team and discovered that she was worse than I had ever thought possible. We uncovered everything, from underpaying workers to providing cover for the Predator Necropon.
Right. If you're not familiar, Star Giant Productions is a user. It is an individual with a beard named Rebecca, who, you know, very, it's like sub Mr. Enter, basically. You know, it's Mr. Enter's, like, retarded offspring, that did some of the editing for him. Apparently he was, I think Mr. Enter has said, maybe Star Giant also said this, but I think Mr. Enter said that this was like the worst editor that he had, basically. A lot of weird shit, weird connections to weird people.
They are friends on Twitter with Shoe-on-Head, a known...
No, I don't think they were, but they're, you know, there was a whole controversy with that. We watched Star Giant's video on stream, in which in the first few minutes, Star Giant vaguely alleges... It's like, it's said that it's not what it sounds like, but like there's not many other ways to take it. It's vaguely alleged in the first... It's horribly worded, I guess. In the first couple of minutes, Star Giant says something about like... basically implies that Mr. Enter has been abusing them for 26 years. Which is just obviously not the case, right? Like, that seems a little silly. The person is 26 years old. I think they were basically getting at, like, they've been abused for 26 years, and one of the people that's abused them is Mr. Enter, I guess. Very victimhood. You know what to expect. And so that's a little catch up. There's some more, intricacies of it, but we're here. We are here. Let's get into it.
To engaging in predatory actions against minors herself. In the intervening months, I grew unsatisfied calling the case closed, as there were still questions that needed to be addressed. What has Rebecca been up to since March? Why did the Necopan investigation last so long? What's the deal with Ray Rance? What was anyone thinking during the infamous Rosa Ray Ramsey Senate call? And most prominent...
Well, apparently I'm going to have to learn about this fucking Rosa Ray thing, I guess. People keep asking. Maybe we can do that today. I don't know, because people keep asking me to look into this Rosa Ray thing, and I think at one point in time it was like, hey, Leo Convoy's cool, check out this situation that he's uncovering or something. And then it kind of pivoted quickly into like, oh wow, this is pretty uncomfortable, what the fuck's going on here? Which is sort of how I've heard it described recently. But
who is Mystic Mongrel? What did she do? These questions and more will be answered in this video. I've been investigating the story for weeks now, and it is one of the most convoluted things that I've
Mr. Enter fucked everyone's mother,
ever experienced. If I wrote a book about this, it'd be...
if you think about it, Mr. Enter, if he fucked Star Giant's mom, then it could be possible that listen, I don't know how old Mr. Enter is. I'm just saying there's a chance that he could be Star Giant's father. And then I guess it is technically his fault about those 26 years of abuse. So, I mean, I don't know the story. I don't know the whole lore. I didn't watch all the videos, but maybe that comes up at some point.
Rejected for being too unbelievable. Due to the complexity of the story, we'll do a roll call at the start. There are more names to keep track of, but you're about to see the main characters. Pay attention to them as we go along.
Oh, Jesus Christ, look at this. What is this? Why is it Danganronpa? Backgrounds from Danganronpa. Music from Danganronpa. I assume that's what this is. I mean, I could. It looks like a video game. I don't know why. I don't know why these fucking people need to like. This is such a strange. What are you doing? Are we outing predators? Are we? What's I don't know what the point of this is yet. At this point, it's like we know that Star Giant is a bit of a fucking weirdo. I don't know. This seems like subject matter that doesn't necessarily require a Danganronpa overlay, but I mean, maybe that works.
Even when you had plenty of evidence shown
oh Jesus Christ, here we go.
To you time and time
honestly,
again.
I didn't look at that, because I kept
having the evidence.
People don't look at that. It's fake information.
But how old was he exactly when you guys were together? Or when you guys had the relationship?
He was going to be 17 in a month.
It's not my server, it's Rebecca's.
It's a server that you had.
So this is just like a play-by-play of... This is a who's who of literally who's.
The ability to ban them in that you've told us about.
Actually, it's not.
Stop schizo posting about Zaid. Stop obsessing over him. Stop talking about him. Because
yeah, everyone is here, guys.
if I keep catching you do it, this is going to happen again, and it's going to be worse. His next step, since you made it very clear that you can't control yourself, I'm contacting your parents. And I don't want to have to, because you're 30 years old and I shouldn't have to, but it's very clear to me that you can't follow instruction.
I am going to tell your mother, ma'am.
And the evidence wasn't given to them yet until he came in contact with me after the Rosa call, and he told me, hey, we're going to pick up your situation.
I don't know what this person did, but look at this avatar and tell me that they're not also a sex pervert.
Help you. We're going to make a video. We're planning on making 2 videos, and then, you know, you could get your closure and you could be done with this stuff. You could be free. And I believed him.
And did that ever happen?
No.
From what I am aware of Carmen Ryder, while she is...
how long does this go on for? How many of these Rebecca's victim? Okay, is this everybody? No, we're gonna fill the whole screen. User X shows up here. Who's User X?
A predator was roaming around her server.
I guess I should. We'll hear them all out. I won't skip too much, but this is just. There's a lot of them.
From what I am aware of Carmen Ryder, while she is very deranged, at that point it becomes more of a level of, I know that she's into lolicon, but she states that she's not into CP. On top of that, she has helped in against Necopon and Studio needing.
These are just you might as well start shouting like Twitter, like social justice buzzwords, or the word woke. Like, it's just washing over me at this point. You're just saying names. It's like Dogs Eating Dogs 6 shouting names of Family Guy episodes at me like that means anything.
I, Mongrel, am truly sorry for my wrongful actions of sharing images of yours of an illegal nature.
I wonder what Mystic Mongrel looks like in real life, and if it's anything remotely like this avatar at all.
And I reminded her before I showed her the screenshots of Tay.
The funny thing about this one is the voice isn't even edited.
Just wanted to let you know that I wanted to show you what happened. I'm not throwing the hatchet at you. I'm softly giving you one hatchet.
I mean, we're kind of approaching Dogs Eating Dogs 6 music level. I mean, it's not quite this. It's not the Mario and Luigi music, or like Paper Mario or whatever. But it's a little bit loud and it's kind of not fitting. So it's almost there. It's like it's the same vibe.
That way, the two of us could put it onto the people that have hurt us.
I'm glad I'm at least hearing your side. It might
be it's a little too. It's distracting me from the voice. Is the thing. It's not like I can't. It's not at the point where I can't hear the person talking, but it is distracting. Which I have been guilty of doing that with music in my videos, so I can say that with confidence that you need to turn the fucking music down a little bit.
Important for other people to hear that in case they do ask.
Yeah, that was a really great avatar. I like, the range of like artistic quality. You've got Star Giant down here that looks like. Can you see this one? Hang on, is Sangi in the way? Sangi's kind of in the way. For now we'll get rid of the Sangi just for now. But Star Giant's down there, and that's very middling deviant artist. And Nekopon's like a little better, and then we got some just like, logos or whatever. And then you got this one that's like fairly well done, but it's like a shut the fuck up, cunt! I will nuke this fucking thing! I will put this fucking thing in the microwave! Fuck you! Alright, we're good. Yeah. This is like a horrible design, but it's pretty well designed. It's like pretty well done for like a horrible design, and then you got this super cool creature here, and then this one, which I'm sure looks exactly like that person in real life, and then you just get, occasionally you get some MS Paint like this one, which is, it's like, did you put no effort in, or was this the best you could do? It's you gotta ask yourself these questions sometimes.
What is both the funniest thing and the most petty thing in the world? It seems that one sentence may have actually killed Star Giants. Him saying her editing sucks. And it seems her editing being questioned was more concerning than the fact a predator was roaming around her server. Wow,
so Smokey McCrack got into this situation and put on a fake name and persona, and I mean, we can tell that's you, Smokey. I could tell that voice anywhere.
Or like Pac-Man.
Maybe it's Donkey. Actually, there's a few possibilities.
I do want to say I'm sorry, genuinely. I'm sorry about how I treated you, okay?
Does User X, they're like shrouded in mystery, but they seem to have the least mysterious voice. They're just like crying about how sorry they are or something. You could, User X, come on. Come on, User X. Where's the voice changer for User X?
In the whole Neko thing, I should have believed you instead of being on her side for so long. And I should have believed you about Mongrel. I really wanted to see the good in her and everyone in that situation, but no, they weren't good people.
Before we begin, we should start with the rules. Rule 1. Everyone is considered innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Well, it should fucking go without saying, but alright.
Accusations are not convictions. Rule 2. Do not attempt to contact or otherwise harass anyone mentioned in this video. Some of the people mentioned are heinous and can be considered dangerous to interact with. Others have simply made grievous mistakes. It's not my determination to whether they should be held to account for them.
I love the concept that the internet individual, oh, they're gonna be really dangerous to interact with. You gotta be careful. Star Giant's gonna send your fucking IP over to Red Bandito Gamer, and you're fucked, dude. Your life is over.
It is not in your determination either. If I catch you trying to harass any of these people
in the court of autism, yeah.
At all, you're gone. Rule 3. Be careful taking anyone's word at face value. Some of the people are incentivized to hide the truth in this particular story. Some people have mental disabilities that can make recall difficult or even impossible. And some people were so
Someone says this is borderline RP. I mean, a lot of this shit often feels that way. You remember the Katie Bugs thing where she wrote fan fiction about herself or whatever? It's a lot of this just feels like people's lives are boring and they need to spice it up a little. It's like the, what's his name? Fucking Sonic Sega Gamer and the, my Darkness and Heroes arc. What was it? My Villains arc. My Heroes and Villains arc on VR chat. So that's why he phony drama where he yells at children, but it's all a funny joke because it's just his arc on VR chat. It's can't you people just, how boring are your lives? Holy shit! You need to put on a phony Danganronpa sex crime abuse trial on YouTube for a bunch of fucking retarded autistic animation channels or whatever.
Traumatized by the events, they repress parts of the story that they were in. Rule 4. I have to be very selective with the information that I do give. I know.
By the way, Sonic Sega Gamer video was promised over a month ago, part 2. It fell on the back burner. There's a few other ones I want to do, but it's definitely going to happen. We got a whole long series to get to, so it's going to be a slow burn in the long run anyway. It's not gonna be, we're not gonna get to the end of the SSG. The story's not even done being told yet. The books still need to finish, guys. We don't know. Sonic Sega Gamer might still yet go to jail. Media Ninja, the famed wife-beater Media Ninja. Okay, not wife-beater. He wasn't married to that bitch that he socked in the face. He wasn't. Apparently he beat her so bad that he went into a fugue state, a blackout state where he didn't know what he was doing and he just had to go to jail. Ah, fuck. I knew that was gonna happen. I was moving my hand close to the fucking area. God damn it. What are we doing here?
So traumatized by the events, they repress parts of the story that they were in. Rule 4. I have to be very selective with the information that I do give. I know more than I am letting on, including facts that are relevant to the story that I am purposefully not stating. I have taken
Media Ninja's not gonna beat him because he's a man. He's a grown man. I mean, look at me. Look at Sonic Sega Gamer and tell me anyone. I mean, anyone. You look at him, from across the street and you don't know that he's, who he is. You probably assume he could probably fucking kick your ass. Look, you seen the guy? He looks like he looks like several steaks taped together. He looks like the Thing. He looks like his nickname should be Blast Hard Cheese. So, yeah, I wouldn't want to, I don't think I would pick a fight with Sonic Sega Gamer in real life if I didn't know any better, that is. I mean, we know that he, didn't he bitch out of a Smash fight with an 11-year-old? So, I mean, anyway, we're getting into the weeds. That'll happen in time. SSG will happen in time.
Discretion to consider this information dangerous. Many of the people in the story are susceptible to self-harm, and I'd like to do what I can to prevent that. However, Rule 5. I feel that to not tell any of the story at all would result in even more harm. Nekopon, her associates, and the investigations that have followed have led to a lot of pain and suffering and trauma. And the longer this goes on, the worse that it will get.
I weep for them.
Just now.
Pain and suffering and trauma. I'm sure it's, you know, there's just these words that have no meaning now, don't they? I mean, like, suffering and trauma, and you're talking about, like, some of these situations are like, they didn't pay me enough for my work. It's like, suffering and trauma! Ah! That's pretty unfortunate. You probably shouldn't work with them anymore, I guess. I don't know if you're suffering and traumatized over it. These fucking words just mean nothing. I feel so sorry for people that are legitimate, like, rape victims or, like, refugees of some kind of war or some shit. And then they go online at some point in their lives and they see this kind of shit and it's just like, oh, yeah, trauma. Right, absolutely, dude.
Some of the shockwaves
totally.
Are reaching the public, and I cannot sit on my hands as bad actors continue to seek out and harm others.
We'll add more rules. Listen, we'll make more rules as they're needed. You know, we'll see. I make the rules here. This is my fucking dog. This is my kangaroo court, goddammit. This is my dog and pony show. We got the content warnings.
How did we get here?
You know, I watched a really good video yesterday, and it was talking about family channels, and, you know, it was a really good video. It went into, like, how that sort of, beyond just the standard family channels, it went into, like, the mindset of internet, you know, raising your children on the internet and showing their fucking pictures to everybody. Like, before the standard family channel, you know, was established, that kind of genre, there was still, you know, there was a lead up to that. And it was a really good video. It was from Shan Spear. But it very much annoyed me when it, like, the over halfway mark into the video, she lays down trigger warnings, and I'm like, dude, what are you clicking on the video about fucking family channel abuse for if you don't think that that's, like, how did you get this far into the video? I guess it got worse. She brought up, like, Daddy of 5 or whatever, and it's like, yeah, I guess it got worse at that point than where it was before, but I kind of feel like if you're gonna be susceptible to that, maybe you're just not gonna, I don't know, it's really gone too far. It's like, whatever happened to viewer discretion is advised. It used to just put the onus on you, like, hey, look at this thing, you think you want to see this? I don't know, it's up to you, fucker. And now it's like, it coaches you through how to feel, and like, just in case you feel a bad emotion, oh god, you wouldn't want to feel bad! I'm sorry, there's my rant. There's my regular... I haven't streamed in like a couple weeks. There's my regularly scheduled trigger warning rant. It happened again, so I mean, it's gonna, you know, I mean, at least... I mean, like, no, this video's called The Most Shameful Predator Hunt of All Time. You should probably know that the video's gonna contain grooming and abuse and... Well, I guess transphobia, but... I don't know, isn't that so prevalent that you don't really even need a trigger warning for it or something? I don't know. Anyways.
How did we get here? In early 2024, I learned of what Rebecca had been doing since her firing in 2021, and that would bring me into looking what she herself called her greatest failing ever, the Necopon incident.
Right. The situation.
The last issue that we get to talk about today
there's Rebecca, everyone.
Is my biggest fuck up regarding
DSP over here.
Necopan. I fucked up big
she-SP
time with Necopan. People tell me that she was a creep, with emails and even videos as evidence, but Neko manipulated me into thinking that she wasn't. I did keep a creep on my server for 8 months. I will
Don't get shot with the grooming Glock. There's a song from Warpaint. I forget what it's Composure from their first album, where the song starts out and it's just the ladies in the band going, the clit cut! The clit cut! The clit cut! The cut what? And it's just, and now I want a song about the groom Glock! The groom Glock! You could probably make that happen.
Admit that.
You know.
But I did that only because I thought she wasn't a creep. And she was nice to the people on my server. Until I learned that she wasn't. Like, if I had known...
She was a nice... Sorry, hang on. She was nice, and I was her friend until she wasn't nice, and she was manipulating me, and I was triggered, and I was groomed, and I'm not happy no more. Not friends!
I would ban her immediately. Neko is one of the main reasons why I don't allow minors anymore on my server. People like Phantom Star and Kai Smash Universe told me that Neko was a good person, so I listened to them and left it at that. And I'm sorry to Neko's victims that I hurt.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. You know, we're all thinking it. What the fuck? Like, you can't... I'm sorry. You gotta put in some effort. It's like an insult to all the trans people that really do try to just be like, no, I'm gonna keep the beard. It's fine. It doesn't mean that much to me, clearly. To, like, I don't know. I guess I'm just ignorant on the whole thing, but, like... Really? You're really just gonna keep the... Okay, well, I mean, you can't expect... I mean, like, if you ever hear Rebecca here complaining about misgendering, it's like, well, you know, you could probably take some steps to at least, like, you know, smooth that over a little, man. I don't know.
Stop bringing her to justice soon.
Fucking hell.
Banning her much earlier in life.
It's one of the controversies not related to me that actually...
Offline closeted. Okay, well, you don't... There's a lot of men who are, you know, just heteronormative guys, whatever, that don't have a beard, right? I'm just saying, start there. You don't gotta come onto the video in a full dress and fucking whatever, you know, rainbow flag toga or whatever. You don't gotta do that, but like, just the beard. That's all I'm saying.
Managed to stick to her, despite her repeated attempts to deny. It essentially became a truism. The sky is blue, and Rebecca Starlight had let a predator stay in her Discord server for 8 months. Before we begin in earnest, I want to make...
I'm sorry, but, like, Rebecca Starlight seems like a fucking dumbass in general. Like, why do we give a shit? Who cares? Some rando did something on Discord. I get... Okay. There's a lot of creepy fucking weirdos on Discord. I don't know. I guess it's not good, sure. Do I give a shit? Not really. It's like, whatever. Yeah, nobody should be following this, like, fucking failed Mr. Enter genetic experiment offshoot. If you've ever seen the videos of Star Giant, it's just Mr. Enter, but worse. Because Star Giant was Mr. Enter's editor. So, that's Rebecca, by the way. Mr. Enter's like videos wind up consequently looking quite a lot like a lot of Star Giant's videos, so it really is just worse Mr. Enter. You want to watch a worse version of Mr. Enter? Like, it gets to a point where it's like natural selection. I'm sorry, if you were dumb enough to like fucking look up to Star Giant Productions, then you probably... what do you want? Like... Fucking don't eat the yellow snow. How many other fucking tips do you need?
To be clear just what kind of predator that Nekopon actually was. I felt that one of the weaknesses in the first video is that I never really delved into this aspect of the story. Luckily, in the interim, another YouTuber, Lazy Bedhead, decided to talk about the Star Giant production story, and not only pieced together certain parts I couldn't, but went much deeper into what Nekopon actually did. I will be paraphrasing much of what she said in her own video for this part of the video. The wording will be close at times, and that is intentional, but...
Dude, don't come after me, H-Bomber guy. I like that H-Bomber guy is... Like, it's so funny how people just, I guess, now know that plagiarism exists. People were upset about plagiarism sometimes, occasionally, before that, but it's like now... you need to really fucking cross your T's and dot your I's and make sure, you know, that you at least point out that you're intentionally plagiarizing someone's work. Like, God forbid N-Bomber guy comes after you. It's all gonna be over.
It's for reasons that I...
You know, he did kill a man. H killed a guy, so you want to be careful.
Cannot currently state. After you're done with this video, I strongly suggest that you look at her video, if you'd like to see the Rebecca Starlight story from beginning to end. Nekopon went by a few names during her time on the web. Her real name is Ariana Timble, and one of her alternate names is LED Dragon. She has others, but these are the names that will come up for this
User X
video. The LED Dragon account is the one that...
The User X is another changed name then. It's another, like... It's like Rebecca's victim or whatever. Like, we didn't get a voice changer for... I thought their name might have actually been User X on Discord, but it looks like it's been edited in there, so... yeah, User X. I mean, it's a good fake name. I like it.
Was in Rebecca's Discord server, and many people in the story call her either Ari or Ariana. She rose to a small amount of prominence as she made commentary videos on Cristali.
Real name, David Alejandro Pascual Arguenta.
these people can't even make their real names normal. The people in this circle of, like, Mr. Enter, Animation Channel, Grooming, Trigger Warning, all of this sort of... It's even the name has to be 4 different names. Like, come on, man.
Krista Lee
Consolidate it down to 2 names.
was a controversial figure online. Accusations of tracing, threatening physical violence.
Oh my god, not tracing! You can't get it! You know, we really need H-Bomber Guy to make a video about tracing. That'll be the next thing, because it's like, people already hate it. Can you imagine H-Bomber Guy makes a video about prominent tracers? They will die. Like, somebody will kill them. That will be the result of that. If that ever... He has too much power. He has too much power. You make a video about... You make a video about an art tracer on Twitter, H-Bomb. That person will be death noted the next morning. That's all I'm saying. No one man should have all that power.
Towards other content creators, filing false copyright strikes, and his questionable behavior towards minors. This all accumulated to an arrest.
It all just, like, isn't it all, it all just comes, it's like we've run out of things for the videos to be about. It's all just like AI generated content now. It's like every controversy we look at is the same shit, but jumbled around in slightly different order. It's like, some art thing, and I don't know, various friend groups, and grooming, and, Discord, and, yeah, whatever. Something, all of those things, yeah,
being made on April 11th, 2019.
She was a part of the Crystalli SVU Discord group, which was used to investigate and document Argueta's actions online. Several minors, including Endo, were a part of this group. Argueta was arrested on April 11th, 2019, and after that, the Discord group became a general hangout.
I do like this, like, 3D background. I guess this is from Danganronpa, but it's like a library. It's all semi-cell shaded, like a little bit. I don't know. So it's nice. It's nice.
And this is where many of Nekopan...
I don't know why we're doing a Danganronpa theme for this fucking video, though. It's so bizarrely RP performative. Like, I don't know, as an outsider, how much I'm supposed to... It's like the fucking Omni Kings video. I mean, we said it's like the heroes and villains arc, but that was the same thing we had with that video, too, where it was like, I kind of think that Dogs Eating Dogs 6 was just doing this for, like, funny, epic drama. Like, it's just performative, but, like, it's impossible to fucking tell how much, to what degree that's true. It might be part of it. I don't even know if it's intentionally part of it. I mean, it might be that they're, like, subconsciously making this more of, like, a fucking, you know, ultimate rape review than it needs to be, maybe. You know, you'd think that they would take it a little more seriously for whatever this video. It seems to be about relatively serious stuff, allegedly. You know, at least that's the idea. And, yeah, it's not communicating that so well with this kind of stuff going on. I don't know.
Took place.
It's
She introduced something called the Folding Dungeon. Users were ambushed by a surprise Discord call where people would be harassed, yelled at, threatened, and a good deal of this was inflicted on minors by those closest to Nekopan. Nekopan also wrote and read a fanfiction featuring herself and a 16-year-old.
So what's funny about this, too, I think we watched a Mr. Enter video where he, like, responded to... So what happened was he and Star Giant were, like, working together for a while, and then there was some drama, and I'm pretty sure what happened was Star Giant... I might be wrong, but I think the first shot across the bow, really, was Star Giant made this, like, fucking 3-hour video just basically complaining about everything ever to have happened in their lives that has ever wronged them. And Mr. Enter was, I guess, a large part of that. And we kind of, I think we glossed over that, but we watched his response, and it wasn't so bad. We were kind of like, Mr. Enter dub a little bit. It's alright. It's an okay video. And now we're like a few, I think there's been some more. There was something else. I think Star Giant had a video. I'm not sure. But, I like another one. But, yeah, now we're watching this, and I'm just confused and frustrated. I mean, which is the standard feeling that I have in videos like this, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
Has been described as a 50 Shades of Grey parody.
Where was I? Oh yes, I started to whimper. I wanted to scream out, but I couldn't. I then started to feel something hot and wet against my neck as I feel his...
Okay, so there is a a pedophile, maybe, or whatever, a phebophile, I guess, whatever it is. There is a minor attracted individual at this point in time involved in this Discord, I suppose, which, it's again, I mean, like, I guess if this is the first time you've ever heard something about this might be, like, really shocking. I'm just like, there's not a lot of Discords that don't have, some kind of fucking creepy perverts in them. Like, that's like the meme of Discord. Is like the Discord kitten grooming groups and shit, That's like the fucking joke about Discord. So, yeah, I don't know. It's not really that shocking. I don't know. There's someone involved in this who's like a Sangi, I guess. Sure. Alright, fine.
Tongue glide.
I don't know that we even have proof of this necessarily, but I mean, I'll believe it. Fine. But yeah, I could believe there's probably a fucking creeper on Discord. That's what I'm saying. It's like, this isn't that shocking.
Glide down the side of my neck, slowly. I then start to feel that he was starting to lower himself down from my neck to my collarbone. Before I could call, then...
I mean, don't do this, right? But, like,
before I could say anything, my mouth slowly opened.
What does this have to do with Mr. Enter? This is, like, so removed. It's like, this is someone that Star Giant knows... And Star Giant apparently, allegedly knew about this and just kept them on the fucking server. And I'm like, yeah, it's like they're not... What do you think the fucking... from my perspective, I guess I'm just like, yeah, I'm not expecting much out of Star Giant. I look at Star Giant on the same basic level that I look at, like, the fucking Blue's Clues Discord people from that other video. Where I'm just like, hey, I don't expect Star Giant to be making the most clear and present-minded decisions, necessarily. Like, the way I've seen them fucking talk, the way I've seen them behave, the way they act, it's just like... No, I guess I'm not shocked that they... I don't know, it's, yeah, bad, I guess. It's just not that, like, damning. I guess I'm just like, wow, why are you even who gives a shit about this person? Why do you care? I guess because they're making allegations against him and Mr. Enter hasn't learned to just not give a shit yet, so, like... So he has to make up multiple hour-long videos refuting the allegations by this person who's playing with trains.
Then covered my mouth with his hand. He then raised himself up. Our eyes meeting. He then muttered on...
Cool, I'm sure it's bad. How much of this?
November 20.
It's a lot of this. Wow.
Downward. I then start to feel his hot touch.
At the time, Ariana was 24 years old. Ariana also drew with a minor in a sexually suggestive manner. On November 5th, 2020, a Twitter thread by June, not to be confused with June the King, would document many of Nekopon's abusive actions. And on November 10th, confused with June the King,
trigger warning, there's suicide, and there's sensitive topics, and there's suicide, and trigger warning. Well, this is also, it's just also subjective, where, again, I've seen, like, you read these, like, tweets, and it sounds so dramatic, obviously, like, my friend got harassed, and she was at a point where she was gonna end her life in a live stream, and that could have been bad for not just, it probably would have been bad, yes, for not just Neko, for not just for Neko, but for all of the people in the street, hang on. She was gonna kill herself on a stream, and that was bad, but it wouldn't just be bad for her, but for everyone. Thank you. She's getting help and has changed into a better person, and yada yada yada. And who are we talking about? On November 5th. This is a serious thread exposure about a user named Nekopon. Right. So, okay, but, yeah, so, I mean, but I'm just like, I don't know, like, these types of people, these types of, like, terminally online Zoomers, like, I don't know, they're very prone to wanting to kill themselves over very meaningless shit. I know that's, like, it's harsh, but it's true. If you don't like Donkey Kong Country, you might just be an idiot. It's harsh, but it's true. So I look at this and I'm like, well, I don't know. They probably got, like, you know, I don't know what would have like, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't hit as hard as I think he's trying to make it hit, and probably the Danganronpa theme is not helping. And probably the fact that I've seen like 400 videos that are basically this, you know, where it's just, again, it's all melting together at this point. It's like a chocolate bar that's stayed in the sun for too long. It's all the components are just, you know, they're all formulating.
Any of Nekopon's abusive actions. And on November 10th...
I'm sure Nekopon is a terrible person and should not be associated with people that you know, but why do you... It just seems so irrelevant. It's like such a weird, unrelated thing to anything that I just don't get why we care that much, I guess. Like, about, in this scenario, in relation to this, I mean, on the face of it, yeah, don't do what she did, you know, I guess, but what does that have to fucking really do with this? It's so unrelated. And I know how it's related. It's because of the Star Giant thing, but it's still such a minor thing that we've spent kind of a while on here.
Be confused with June the King. Session call would be recorded.
When it came to the relationship, I realized, and I thought long and hard, I did not give myself time to get over a previous breakup I had of the 3-year relationship.
I don't give a shit. I'm sure Nekopon fucks puppies, like, whatever, but that's irrelevant to most of this, like, video, though. But I guess maybe it is. It's about predator hunting, right? Like, I don't even know what the video's really about at this point. It seems to spiral off into, like, this... Because it was about Star Giant, but I guess Star Giant was involved with Lio Convoy, and so now it's just this miasma of fucking stupid allegation bullshit on the internet. It's just a bunch of shit, you know? It's a bunch of fake internet predator hunter people, and, like, I guess maybe it is relevant, but, like, I don't know. This is not a good video.
During my investigation on Rebecca Starlight, I was informed that on November 5th, the victims would send out an email to 2 YouTubers, Phantom Strider and Rebecca Starlight. The story goes that Phantom Strider fired Ariana right then and there. Meanwhile, Rebecca gave excuse,
I don't know anything present about Nekopan, so people saying that I had a pedophile in my server knowingly for 8 months are all liars.
After excuse,
speaking of which, I once had an artist named Nekopan. She's part of some drama, accused of grooming. That is all that I know about her. Did she actually do this? I don't know!
I don't get the need to take this person seriously. I'm sorry. Is this worth your time, Mr. Enter? You've got a big YouTube channel, and this person, you know, like, I'm sure they've got horrible stuff going on in their lives. The fact that he's continuing to, like, tie himself to this, though, is, like, weird. Like, distance yourself from this individual. Once you know this is happening, maybe stop continually referencing this person and how you used to work with them and how you knew them, and it's like, it's not... I don't know what you're doing here.
I really don't.
Cute belly button she has, by the way.
People think that I still have contact with her. The last time that I messaged her was May of 2021. I don't know what she has done afterwards. Stop going to me about this person.
After excuse.
And no, you could tell Leo this. I did not know that Neko was a predator.
It's such user voice, too. That's what's great about it.
Going to state that. And no, I didn't keep a known predator for months on end. Which is why I brought up in my video.
Even when you had plenty of evidence shown to you time
you
and
want,
time
honestly,
again.
I didn't look at that. Like, because I kept having people don't look at that. It's fake information.
Either completely refusing to see the evidence, or taking Ariana's side over the evidence.
Do you know what pisses me off even more? Whenever I introduce...
I can't watch this whole thing, dude. It's just so... It's so... like, nothing. I don't know. Like, just stop interacting with this person. Why do you... Make your shitty videos about turning red or whatever. Like, stop... No one gives a shit about this.
Someone to my staff, and then someone comes...
Does anyone give a shit? I guess it got some views. Not that many. Stick to animation, man. Come on.
To me and says that they're terrible with no evidence or false evidence. Or rather, past experiences from years ago. Nekopan is an artist of mine who starred in the MLP list. About a week after that video went up, I got an email saying that she was an abuser. I looked into this, and Neko had to explain to me the correct situation. Well, she didn't explain the correct way. It was more like...
No, the problem is it's the Metal Gear Solid 2 thing, you know, where if you're somehow still not aware of the end of MGS2, I mean, spoilers, but, like, you know, when he's talking to the AI, and it's basically just like, yeah, the internet is just, like, accumulating bullshit at such an alarming rate, and it's impossible to differentiate what it all means. Like, you know, you've got AI that can't distinguish silly jokes about glue on pizza from, you know, real advice about how to, you know, make your pizza cheese stick to your fucking crust or whatever. And so, like, you got that, but then even on the human level, it's like the thought space of humanity. That's the full word thought, not just like a strip club filled with thoughts, but the thought space of humanity has been infiltrated by all of these words that are like, you know, therapy, abuse buzzwords. And a lot of them are... here's one. A lot of them are valid, right? In certain scenarios, certain circumstances, you got a reason to say these words, but it's like everyone just hears them. And so now everybody is an abuser. And it's like you can just easily make the argument that anybody in the world has been abused by someone at some point, and a lot of people have realized that, and they're you know, and it's, I don't know, we really needed the Patriots to create context, goddammit. We really needed them to structure us, because this is what happens when we don't get it.
Like, she explained the situation, and that she accepted that she made past mistakes and toxic behavior. But the problem is that these assholes that were abusing her didn't believe that. After this, I gave Neko a panic attack, and I regret doing so. The panic attack from her was mostly because she didn't want to end up
the panic attack, like, come on, dude.
Being fired, or end up in the same...
Why are you speaking in this obnoxious, high-pitched cadence? Is this... What is this? Why are you... It sounds like you're hyperventilating. Sounds like when Homer had the moo-moo on and he was like, woo! Poisonous gas! We're all gonna die! Take a breath!
Abusive situation that she did with Phantom Strider.
Phantom Strider said absolutely nothing publicly about Nekopon. Between these two, somehow, Nekopon got wind that her bosses were emailed, and she was pissed. We have to talk about this email.
Oh god, yeah, it's the Andy Ditch voice. But I need it for my coping skills!
Both of the emails are identical, even to the point where Rebecca's misgenders her. So, let's ask the question. How did Ariana discover this?
Listen to this fucking music. Is this Final Fantasy music?
She was pissed. Misgenders her. This email.
Hang on,
Both of the emails are identical, even to the point where Rebecca's misgenders her. So, let's ask the question.
If this is not the fighting theme from FF7, then it's a total ripoff of the fighting theme.
How did Ariana discover this email? Who showed it to her? Star Giant is and has been the lead.
Okay, no, yeah, it is just it starts out with a clean rip of the exact melody of the FF7. Wow, that's good. That's some good H-bomb right there.
In theory, but in my investigations for this video,
yeah, it transforms into something. It's not bad, but you know, I fight back against it has the same notes, so it's plagiarism of my song. Like, you know, there's only so many notes, scales sound nice, whatever. But it is another Japanese anime game, you know, on PlayStation hardware, so I am like, you know, just add like a fucking minor third to that or something. I don't know, change it up a little. You can fuck with it a little. It's like the exact da 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 da. It's like the same exact thing.
I've grown reasonable doubts. There are three possibilities to how Nekopon discovered the email. Either Rebecca showed this email, Strider showed this email, or Nekopon was able to infer what was going on herself. Rebecca does claim that she did talk things through with Nekopon. However,
alright, I don't give a shit anymore. We're gonna jump ahead to we're gonna do chapter 2. Whatever. Star Giant, stupid. Let's try something else here. Come on now. Penetrating a friendship. Why did you title it that way? Why? Was that necessary? Guess what, guys? It's gonna have abuse, grooming, and sexual harassment. He can't even put the word sex. Your content warning can't even tell me the... Oh, we're so many layers deep of and it's the tech company's fault, right? It's they've instigated a thing where people feel like they need to censor themselves. So even when you don't actually have to fucking say, you know, you could probably, guess what, dude? You probably weren't gonna get a fucking copyright claim or whatever the fuck you think is gonna happen to you because for a second in your like 2-hour video, it says the word sexual on the screen. Probably not. It probably would have been any of the other things in the video where you're talking about grooming and yada yada. Like, people are doing this now just because I have to censor myself. It's YouTube after all. I have to fall in line with the... Sorry, I'm breaking the conditioning, but it's, again, I haven't streamed in a little bit, so I'm getting a little antsy.
Just who is...
Someone censored Trump once. I remember somebody said... I think it was Wendigoon, actually.
Who is known to be friends with Brandon Buckingham.
I think he censored the term QAnon at one point. Like, he wouldn't say the letter Q. I think that's what it was that made me not watch Wendigoon for a while, was... It might have been that. It might have been someone else, but somebody I watched who was like, really? You're not going to say the letter Q? Are you fucking kidding me? No, I'm good. I'm out.
Mystic Mongrel.
I don't know if that was him or what, but that was one thing where I can, you know... IPOS should have made his video about that. Oh.
The short answer is a very strange individual. She was in these circles, both in Rebecca's server, but she also worked as a translator for, once again, Phantom Strider. However... I don't even know how you censor a letter. How do you communicate that it's that letter? Like in text form too, with the typed alphabet, right? How do you communicate that it's a Q, but it's a censored Q? It's a fascinating concept. Before an eventual falling out, Mongrel was an odd one out among this friend group. You know what kind of person she was?
Yes, Jim Dancing. This is a background image from Danganronpa because this 2-hour video about predators on the internet is themed around a Japanese role-playing game. What's the matter? Why? Does that sound stupid and crazy to you? Why? What's the problem?
Falling out.
That's
Mongrel
totally normal.
Was an odd one out among this friend group. You know what kind of person she was? She was the only person in this group that knew of the allegations towards Nekopon before being alerted to them by others. And yet, at the same time, Mongrel sexually harassed...
Damn, I sure ain't reading all of that. Sorry it happened, though, or good job, or whatever.
Nekopon. Yeah, Mongrel had a crush on Ariana, and she was sure to show it. When Ariana wouldn't succumb to Mongrel's advances, Mongrel got into a relationship with User X. This
not User X!
Relationship can't be described as anything but abusive.
I mean, like, okay, you know, to be fair, if I make a video, I might include music from a video game or something, right? It's like I'm listening to the music. It sounds alright. When it's not ripping off Final Fantasy VII. It sounds alright. I don't know, it's with the whole thing with this, you know, background and everything, and this, like, at the beginning of the video, there's like a fighting game roster, but it's like, it's like his epic internet predator friends or whatever. Like, it's such a strange juxtaposition, and I can't see how anyone, it's like a Mama Max thing. I don't see how anyone would be able to take this seriously. All
Mongrel
told,
was obsessed with me. She made comments about...
This is User X, everybody. You gotta give User X, like, a voice changer or text-to-speech or something. You know, give him an AI voice, because this is not it. The User X... Imagine you hype up, like, you know, the Red X in Teen Titans for years, and then it sounds like this.
Me,
you know,
on multiple occasions, and even commented on the fact on how at the time I was a virgin.
I was a virgin, I was sad when they mentioned I was a virgin. Don't give a shit.
Finding it very attractive.
I guess it sucks. Like, I guess on a personal level, it's a thing where it's like I'm not without empathy. If this happened to somebody that I knew, it would be a terrible thing, right? But, like, I can't be made to give a shit about some random person on the internet saying some random shit about other people I barely know, and, like, I guess maybe if you're a Mr. Enter fan and you know of Star Giant and you're like invested in this like drama, maybe this might hit a little harder. You know, all these people surround, but we're like several layers deep of different users that are unfucking related to anything that's going on, and I don't even know what's going on at this point, but yet somehow this feels unrelated. Like, I don't know what the point of the video is, but I feel like this isn't it somehow.
Mongrel basically wanted me and would do everything in her power to try and get me back by being on multitudes of live streams with Call Me Nil, to threatening people, to threatening to dox people. Mongrel wanted a lot. She wanted me to be with her, even though at the time her girlfriend was not interested in a polyamorous relationship.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer documentary styled like Persona 5. That sounds great. You know, like the menus specifically, like all the transitions are sort of like the menu transitions or whatever. You know? And it's just got like, it's like bleeding with style. It's got like acid jazz fusion soundtrack, but it's just talking about Jeffrey Dahmer. It doesn't even need to specifically be Persona 5, but that just sounds really stupid and funny. That sounds like a really, you know, that sounds like a really good... Somebody needs to make a parody style thing like that, because there's a one video that, it's the, like, true crime documentary version of the Seinfeld finale. We watched that one on stream. It went a little long for what it was, but it was funny. We need one that's like this type of video, though, where it's like... It's edited to look like a video game, like it, you know, some kind of recognizable video game, like it's Ocarina of Time menus or something. But it's like people talking about how they were groomed into a cult or something, you know. That's what we need. The world needs that.
Over time, we would do things together.
Oh boy.
And she would tell me that it was my choice. But I think she had a very particular thing in mind.
I am sure this is unfortunate. We're still on Star Giant here. It's great. I mean, the whole video. I thought that what it would be, potentially, would be like we start on Star Giant and then that leads us down a rabbit hole of other stuff that leads to Lio Convoy and Rosa Ray Ramsey. Something like that. No, it seems to, like, still just be like a grudge match against this user that you knew that, like, you shouldn't be taking all that seriously, but you are for some reason. I'm gonna jump ahead. People say it gets better around the, like, Lio Convoy part. Was that Jeffy? Did I just see Jeffy? Oh my god, Jeffy.
You know, Star Giant just left a Predator.
God fucking damn it. The video wasn't complete without Jeffy. Oh, fuck.
In the server for 8 months while she was just so busy building up her self-esteem and trying to get her fame and status back. You know, typical shit she does.
But here's some standout DMs for all of you to make your own...
You gotta have Jeffy in your video about how you know, multiple sex groomers. You gotta have Jeffy there.
Decisions.
You know, the king of them all, I guess. Right, we gotta read this. Right, we gotta... I'm sure it's really great. Don't care. Look at this, like... Look at this wall of text. Dude, I'm not reading it. I'm not. This is Rebecca Starlight signing out for the very last time. You know what? Damn, sorry that happened to you, or congratulations, or whatever. Good job. Here's Mama Max, though. I just saw Mama Max. I think we're getting into it now. Here we go.
Go to the police. That's what they're for. But experiencing all of this
stuff...
stuff...
You know what somebody needs to do? The ultimate thing would need to be a video like this that's like a big Predator expose, multiple hour long style video. But it is with like SML puppets and Jeffy and whatnot, and it's like the characters talking to each other. Or you could like match together that style with like a Game Dude with the dinosaurs, you know? Where it's like a storytelling kind of thing and you're using the characters to represent like Jeffy plays the rapist, obviously, and then, like, you know, like, I don't know, you can get, I don't know the other puppets, but you could probably make that work.
A first and even second hand. I really can understand why people would prefer
add a laugh track, yeah.
Online Predator hunters, like Mama Max or Lio Convoy. Not that that's a good option either.
So I guess this is, more content warnings. Ableism. Slurs! They're gonna say some slurs! can't you just content warning at the beginning of the fucking video? Are there really... I don't get this insanity mindset that these human beings somehow have been bred into this, like, thing where they'll watch part of a video and then they'll be terrified that they see a word and then their brain fills in the blanks and goes, oh my god, it's gonna be terrible, oh my god, it's just like when that happened to me! And then the actual thing is probably nothing. Like, it's just nothing. It's just, it makes it worse for people. Just, it's fine. People can live. People can live! People can live without having to be conditioned. Good god! Multiple times per video, even. It's not enough to just get one out of the way in the beginning. You gotta have one before every fucking segment, and half of the fucking bullets are the same one. I'll take one! You know what? Give me the ableism bullet. I'll take it right now! I guess it'd be more appropriate to take the self-harm bullet, wouldn't it?
We're now in the summer of 2021. Nekopon
that
is...
self-harm bullet's looking pretty good right now!
Completely missing in action. No one is publicly defending her, except Rebecca. Sometimes. Occasionally. When she feels like it. Her protectors have broken apart. Ray Rance has shifted to making terrible response videos about Rebecca. The only remnant of all of this is Mystic Mongrel, trying to reconnect with...
Terrible response videos about Rebecca. Spoken by the king of such things.
User X, who wants nothing to fucking do with her. And things go quiet for a while. That isn't...
Yeah, chat members, this entire video is structured to be similar to, like, based on Danganronpa with the backgrounds. There's, like, stylistic editing choices that are based on Danganronpa, like, UI and shit, and it's the whole thing is based on this, like, anime game that, like, obnoxious, insane Tumblr girls who want to kill people like to play, and nobody else. The people that like Danganronpa are insane bitches that want to stab you 78 times. And that's about it. That's about it.
Winter.
Nobody else likes the series. I guess maybe Mr. Enter. So, I mean, maybe, you know, they got one.
2022.
There you go.
We go to the YouTube user Techno. I don't know the exact date because Techno nuked his entire channel. What I do know is that he made videos not only criticizing Rebecca, and me apparently, but he ran this series called Internet Horrors, which was there to document the strange and criminal that occupies the internet. Think people like Cosmodor. It's a show that users like That Creepy Reading or Blame It on George do today. Rosa Ray...
he really calls himself George, too. That's what's crazy. Shouldn't it be Jorge? Do people... Maybe there's just, you know, some people, you know, you get people named Johnson and Johnston, right? So I guess it's, you know, I guess that happens. I read it as Blame It on Jorge, but I think he even says George. I mean, I guess that is phonetically what it looks like it's spelled. I don't know. I mean, I stand corrected, I guess, but it's funny.
Ramsey is having a feud with the YouTuber Zaid Magenta, formerly known as Misanthropony. And by feud, I mean that she constantly harasses him and spam posts about him. She goes on Techno's live stream to try and ask to have Zaid Magenta and full disclosure.
Okay, so we gotta keep track of these names. So Techno is some fucking guy, he made videos like this.
Ray Ramsey is having a feud with the YouTuber Zaid Magenta, formerly known as Misanthropony. And by feud, I mean that
I've heard of Misanthropony, that's a name that... So we're finally... I guess I have to watch this video now, because, like, now we've skipped over some of the boring stuff. This gets into drama that people have been talking about for years. Brewing behind the scenes, I've been getting recommendations of, like, hey, you should really check out this video. And again, the narrative has shifted over time from, like, wow, Lio Convoy is really out there catching some sick people to, like, wow, this guy's a weirdo and this whole operation is nonsense and this whole thing is embarrassing and cringe. And that seems to be where we are now. But yeah, I've heard of some of these names. This is like, thank you, Mr. Enter, for catching me up on all of this scenario. I appreciate it.
She constantly harasses him and spam posts about him.
3630? Okay, alright, I'll go back. By the way, shoutouts to Tivy in chat, who I guess is gonna have an edit of the Leffen evidence.zip document video. If you remember the stream where we found Iron Wrath from fucking years ago, he I guess he's gonna make a clip of that, so that's great. I mean, I looked at that stream like, you know what? That part of the stream was funny enough, but Iron Wrath overshadows anything else that happens in that stream, so I guess I kind of lost sight of how funny it was that guy was calling a Smash Brothers player basically Hitler because he played with the wrong controller or something. So yeah, I mean, stay tuned for that, I guess. But 3630s, let's see here. Alright, we'll go back like a full minute before, we'll get some context.
Very morally corrupt things. Mongrel tries to contact the many victims of Nekopon, ignoring the fact that many of them don't want to be reminded of this and would prefer to be as anonymous as possible. Nil ends up harassing the friend group, which ends up bolstering their fear. But that pales in comparison to the worst thing that comes of all of this. Mongrel presents a particular image. An illicit image of a minor. It's one that Mongrel believes was and is on Nekopon's computer. The image is of one of Nekopon's
Giving as few details...
victims. And it's either completely uncensored, or so poorly censored that it basically doesn't even matter. Mongrel places this in a Google document, then she and Nil pass this Google document around. Mongrel does this by raiding the Discord server of a commentary YouTuber, Harley TBS. This looks to Harley as it does to any and all of you of sane mind. Mongrel gets called out for spreading around illegal pictures of children. If you're wondering...
I have no idea who that channel is. I guess he's got 100,000 subs, 120, sure. He's got some stuff going on, cool. Cool. I guess that's a poppin' video for him there. About Yondev. Not familiar though. None of this is all. It's all news to me. This is, and it's still kind of washing over my head. But like, I'm taking it in a little bit. Right? There's some bad materials going on, and this guy called it out. I guess. All right. I'm.
Sane mind.
Sure,
Mongrel gets called out for spreading around illegal pictures of children. If you're wondering...
Mongrel, of course, is the other person that definitely looks like their avatar makes them look.
Mongrel has not been arrested for this. But to her credit, she did apologize.
Oh.
Arigato.
Is that the apology? What's that? Is that an egg?
Okay, and then...
A nice egg in these trying times, I guess.
Okay.
I was gonna ask why you timestamped this part, and I was like, why? You know, what's the point of... What's 3630? It was just talking about this Harley guy. Oh, this, right. The egg in the face, I guess, as penance. You know, I'm sure the police will take that in lieu of jail time or whatever. It's fine. I guess they're not going to jail or whatever, so, yeah, hey, but, Sure. No, it's all's forgiven. You put an egg on your face, it's fine.
Mongrel, I'm truly sorry for my wrongful actions. Of sharing images of yours of an illegal nature without realizing the truth of the matter.
It's almost like these fucking retards that like to LARP as, like, predator hunters or whatever are exceedingly unqualified for such things and will just make things worse. And just mishandle stuff that they... Like, remember Mama Max having his Mega account deleted or whatever? Remember that? You know, it had questionable material on there. It's like, maybe you shouldn't have that on your Mega account. I don't know. I don't know if that was ever fully confirmed. I think he's still making a comeback. Well, not really. I mean, I don't think it'll be successful, but, like, I think he's gonna try. I think he's still trying to actually make that video happen. Like, the full version of the video that he kept talking about. The version of the Camden Gerard Davis video that he kept saying would happen but never did, and so people judged it before the actual video even came out because he bumbled it so hard with, like, 7 months of fucking, lead up to this video. I mean, it's middle of next year now, and there's still nothing, but he kept being like, oh, it'll all make sense when you see the full video, and then everybody stopped paying attention to him before that even happened, you know. He's allegedly still working on it as of like a couple months ago or something. So, I mean, you know, hopefully we get to see that happen. Maybe we'll get to hear some more info about his mega upload.
Wop, womp, woo, woo, Wayne, Yauba on top.
Mongrel also...
Fella what?
Created another document
of an illegal nature without realizing the truth of the matter. Wee, wop, womp, woo, woo, Wayne, Yauba on top.
Wow, wow, wazzle, whizzle, woozle, woo. Right.
Mongrel also created another document to help give insights into her psychology. It was called My Mental Health. And yes, it was written entirely in Comic Sans.
I mean, you can't say that when your video is done up to look like Danganronpa, dude. You've done the video equivalent of Comic Sans script for your like that. This is for video what that is to text. It ruins any ability to take red flags, visible, vulgar behavior and humor, and oh my god.
Comic Sans.
Can't take it seriously.
As far as I can tell, it's not a joke. Mongrel wanted to make Nekopon look as bad as possible, so she created a document to list the mental health symptoms she alleged Ariana caused in her. This includes urges to manipulate people, following lewd image blogs, and intrusive thoughts of grooming people and assaulting them. Mystic Mongrel is not a stable individual.
Comic Sans might actually fit because this whole video is very farcical. It's very comic, so maybe it does work.
And everyone seems to know that. And through all of this...
Okay, so I think we're fine now. We're moving on back to the Lio Convoy stuff, where we were before. Rosa Ray Ramsey, Misanthropony, all of that. We needed to see Mystic Mongrel smash an egg into her face. That was important. Wow, wow, whizzle, wazzle, woozle, woo.
Misanthropony. And by feud, I mean that she constantly harasses him and spam posts about him. She goes on Techno's live stream to try and ask to have Zayd Magenta and, full disclosure, me, be put on Techno's Internet Horror series. One thing that you should know is that Techno was part of an internet sphere called the Senate. The Senate was a barbarian Discord server run by Lyle Convoy, who has two very different realms of occupation on the internet. Talking about nerd shit, like, once again, full disclosure, rightfully calling out my terrible take on Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and also hunting predators and other degenerates.
So... I love that this is really a great crossover, isn't it? I didn't realize this guy also made videos about, like, you know, cartoon bullshit, too. So this is a perfect match for him, I guess, isn't it? That's awesome. Yeah, this had to happen. This video had to happen. So you could argue that this whole thing might be some sort of long-withstanding grudge. He claims that it's rightfully, you know, he got rightfully called out, so maybe he took the criticism, but he is now shitting on Lio Convoy for, I mean, other reasons. It does seem like he has, you know, a lot of reasons to shit on him, potentially, but, you know, allegedly. But, I mean, you could make the argument that this whole thing is personal for Enter here.
The Senate as a whole was tied to many stories, for better or worse. From Carmen Rider to Hypnotist Sappho to, of course, Nekopon. As a barbarian server, it could get very out of hand, and it did, constantly. Many of Lio's former associates were kicked out of the group for doing something incredibly egregious. Zayd was kicked to the curb for telling people that he wanted them to get shut up by gangs. Coyote Lovely was kicked out for running an op where he would flirt with Hypnotist Sappho for over 2 months. And Hopeless Peaches, who was second in command, is a story that could fill the ocean. To be clear,
Hopeless Peaches that's not the, like, black lady that tried to sell her child or whatever, right? That's, like, a different Peaches. I think that's a different Peaches. These are all names I've heard of, and I've just been like, wow, that sounds generally kind of uninteresting, honestly. But now we're finally getting the story, so great. It's good.
Lio himself abhors these tactics, and he did take the first two to task when they were caught. And he couldn't do it to Peaches, because Peaches burned and ran. Lio would meet Rosa Ray Ramsey on Techno's stream.
That's lovely Peaches. And this is Hopeless Peaches? Okay, do they know each other? Is it like a liquid liquid Chris thing.
Duke it out over what I can only assume is the most wholesome of discussion.
Do you know what the word hypocrisy means?
I do so know.
All right, then do you recognize that you are in fact a hypocrite?
Who gives a shit? Everyone's a hypocrite.
More likely.
Good.
This is such mid-wit thinking. Oh, wow. Guys, hypocrisy! Wow, yeah. That's a solid fucking good observation, dude.
At least you'll admit that.
Tell us about the airplane peanuts next. Who are they keeping out of these things?
At least you're honest about one thing in your awful life.
Your
So
awful
go ahead
life!
And continue down this road. I asked you, what is one of your favorite cartoons? Do you have an answer yet?
I think I see now why people wanted me to look into this guy. I like how animated he is. You know, you need to have a certain charisma to be, like, interesting on this stream. You get a lot of these people, and it's like they just don't have the energy. They could have all the interesting, silly shit in the world, but they just aren't. They don't have that spark. Lyle Convoy, he sounds like he might have that spark. He's got some passion when he's screaming about some random retard being a hypocrite on the internet for some reason. It sounds like he's really passionate about it.
At some point, Rosa let the Necopon story slip.
I didn't ask if she was one of your friends, but you said she is your friend. Oh, that doofus who also failed to report a child predator in her own server and consistently dodges people who want to ask about it? That person? Yeah, she did.
We didn't know we didn't know
you...
about what she was. We didn't know what this person was doing until.
What person am I referring to right now?
Until we finally kicked them out.
What person am I referring to in this case?
Do not speak over me, autistic woman.
Necopon?
Yeah, and to this day, Star Giant refused.
This whole thing just does feel sort of like a sillier version of like a microcosm of this video in general. Where it's like, yeah, this is Lyle Convoy who probably shouldn't be... You know, he probably shouldn't be grilling this autistic woman so in depth, right? Like, you know, whatever. She's just some lady. She probably doesn't... You know, she's probably not the fucking kingpin of crime or whatever, right? So... But by the same token, you could say that about, like, Rebecca Starlight. It's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't take this person very seriously. I don't know why Mr. Enter is, why we're watching this long-winded video, you know, going over all that. It's, you know, maybe fair to point out that this is sort of bullying this woman, but it's like, in general, you know, as the kids say, it's punching down, really.
Just to talk about it. In fact, Star Giant told me that unless there has been a court case, you can't call somebody a child predator.
Star Giant told him that.
Didn't know about... Me and my friend Rebecca didn't know about what Necopon was doing behind our back because we had to deal with someone else who was lying. This person was known as... And
a child predator?
Well, let's just say she's a...
I don't want to... If you ever say, let's just say again, I'm going to lose... If you say, let's just say again, I'm going to genuinely lose my temper with you.
Get very close to the microphone so you make sure that she knows you're serious. She knows that you're going to lose your temper, which matters for some reason.
I don't know. I don't know that I would give a shit. I think I would just laugh.
Do you want...
I think I would like to see him raise his temper. I'd like to see him lose his temper and get mad. I want to see him... I want to see him go Wreck-It Ralph right now.
That?
No.
Now let me be very clear here. I don't care. Actually, I do care, because I don't like liars, which is why I don't like you. Because lying, that is a lot less condemning than being a child predator. Do you understand me?
Well, let's just say we didn't know...
Child predator.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
He's a molester. He's a child molester.
As a sex offender, I'm quite surprised by this.
You know, there's probably a lot of victims in this story, and you know what?
It's probably A minor.
That what Necopon was doing behind our backs until
and you
eventually...
didn't listen when you were told. You didn't listen when you were told. Because Call Me Nil has been trying to get a hold of your little buddy for a while now and has actively avoided her. Consistently, and avoids me too. You were more concerned with lying to you than you were the fact that you had a child predator.
Necopon was doing was wrong, and then eventually we kicked her out.
Oh my god, the drop's about to hit everyone.
Eventually. You eventually kicked her out. How long between finding out
There's like no... The music is just so ill-fitting. It's like, if I'll put music in a video, I'll make sure that it's like there for a time when like I'm talking, you know, when I'm just like showing off a channel or something. Maybe I'm going off on like a rant, but when I'm just showing footage of a video, I don't need like an ill-fitting fucking EDM blast soundtrack happening in the fucking background. That's unnecessary. It's not even timed to anything. It's just randomly happening back there. This is so... It really adds to this element of, like, the video feeling almost, I mean, performative. And again, I don't know to what extent that's intentional. If he intentionally went into this like, yeah, haha, I'm gonna make a video that, like, makes a joke out of all of this shit. Or if this is just sort of an unintended subconscious thing where, yeah, nowadays, welcome to the cancel culture, everybody. Get your tickets now. Sunday. It's this night only.
Information and removing her wasn't.
I'm gonna say, like, I lost track. It's been, like, a long...
Was it days?
Probably.
It took you
But-
days to remove a child predator when you knew
I
it.
think it was, like...
It took you days?
Probably.
Days? It should have taken you 5 goddamn seconds!
Oh, he's getting so mad. It's good. It's good.
Days? It should have taken you 5 goddamn seconds!
Leviathans are at your door, Rosa.
It was probably, like, 4 days...
He's fucking heartless!
4 days between finding out someone in your server is a child predator and removing them. Are you stupid?
But for reasons that I do not...
Yeah, you know, I just, you shout louder. Shout a little louder and people won't think that you're, you know, protesting too much or whatever.
And will never understand, Rosa agreed to come onto a stream with Lio on his own channel, January 9th, 2023. It does not go well. At this
No, this is the one
with
that's
Lio
like-
on his own channel, January...
This is, I think this is like the famous one. There was another one that's like hours long, isn't it? There's like a 6-hour call or something. Maybe this isn't that one, but yeah, I remember trying to look into this, and it was at the time when people were saying like, "Hey, you should check out this situation with Rosa Ray Ramsey. She's harboring pedophile," or you know, whatever. Back when people were still generally on this guy's side, I guess a little bit more. Before, I guess, the illusion shattered with these, you know, these play pretend predator catcher people, and people stopped, you know, people stopped giving them the benefit of the doubt. But, you know, I remember looking into it and just being like, this is far too, I mean, it's far too autistic. I mean, it's just so much, like, stupid fucking, like, DeviantArt tier drama that I just don't give a shit about, and it's like... That's it for me. If you know, if I'm trying to look into this thing and it's like it feels like I need to have read the Silmarillion to be able to engage with it at all, like a Cyrax video. Like, oh yeah, no wonder you didn't find Cyrax funny. You didn't watch these 12 hours of content. You know, I was toying with the idea last year of doing a 4-hour Cyrax stream. People did not want that. I had a super chat goal. People were like, "I'm not giving you money this week, Claw. I don't want to contribute to that." And that's fair, honestly, because I'm realizing 4 hours, you know, we might have been a few hours too short for the required fucking reading that's needed to find out why Cyrax is funny. You know, so similarly here, when I look at this and I'm like, how many other videos do I need to have seen to be able to find this disgusting or whatever? I'm done, man. I'm good. I'm gonna go rewatch a best of the worst. I think I'm fine.
January 9th, 2023. It does not go well. At
Yeah,
this
you
point,
gotta,
I need to make
you gotta read the light novel, you gotta watch the Netflix adaptation, you gotta play the board game. There's important lore in the board game. The original creator came back and wrote specific quest notes and lore for the board game, so you gotta get that in there too.
things clear. For my Rebecca video back in March, I did get help from Lyle Convoy, which I did state in that video. And even with him about to say, I do not regret my decision. He had information that I absolutely needed for the Nekopon portion of the video. And as Rebecca was tangential to Nekopon, he had a lot of information on her that it was extremely useful. He also gave me this video of Mystic Mongrel cracking an egg on her head.
What the fuck? This was the penance. This dimension of eggery is my penance. Eggetry, if you will. So there was an egg and a trash bin filled with water, I guess, dumped on her head. That absolves the crime, I guess. She's in like the shower. Why is she in an what is this? Underground basement shower. Half-finished shower basement. Oh boy. Oh, that's probably not a wiring risk or anything. I'm sure that's just fine.
I don't know where or when he got it, but he's the one I got it from. I will also state that he didn't take direct participation in our investigation, if you're curious about that. At present, though...
Yeah, I remember looking at, Mystic Mongrel on another stream. They don't have that many videos, and I don't think they're actually that entertaining, but, like, they're, at least based on what I could see, but... There appears to be something there. There's some potential to that one.
Investigation for this video. His character flaws and his investigative skills have revealed themselves to be far too troubling for me to tolerate in any regard. Going Jack Bauer on the mentally handicapped is only the tip of the iceberg. And
I thought for some reason, I thought he was gonna go... Going Jack Bauer on the handicapped is funny, but... No, of course he didn't. Of course, he's too much of a beta soy for that.
I will be making it known.
He's too much of a soy to acknowledge how funny it is.
Each moral and technical failing that I've identified. And if a man is willing to dish it out, I hope the man can take it.
And if somebody comes in saying they're going to kill themselves, we remove them immediately. That's our responsibility. It's how we have to do things. Because I've had to sit here in call with somebody with an armed gun who has threatened to do so. I had to take on that responsibility.
Hang on, sorry. Viewers are discussing a YouTube creator named Cyrax and his recent content. It's the chat summary is just Cyrax at this point. I don't know why.
Responsibility. I chose to, so nobody else here.
Even the chat summary is overrepresented with Cyrax. I don't understand it. Even the AI chat summary thinks Cyrax is more interesting than he is.
To sit here in call with somebody with an armed gun who has threatened to do so.
Like suicide, right?
Man is willing to dish it out. I hope the man can take it.
And if somebody comes in saying they're going to kill themselves, we remove them immediately. That's our responsibility.
Because I heard part of that and I was just like, oh, they're going to shoot you with their armed gun from over Discord? No, that makes more sense. That makes more sense.
We have to do things. Because I've had to sit here in call with somebody with an armed gun who has threatened to do so. I had to take on that responsibility. I chose to, so nobody else here would have to. That's why the rules are the way they are.
The other thing I need to make clear is about Rosa Ray Ramsey. Despite this being one of the most talked about aspects of the entire debacle, there is still a ton of mystery about her and around her. There's a few reasons for that. Rosa Ray Ramsey is an epileptic who has seizures or medication that ends up causing memory loss. She also has PTSD and is a very...
I mean, that's also... Okay, first of all, PTSD means nothing. That could either mean that she genuinely suffered some horrific traumatic event, or that Gamergate stepped on her stairs muffin. It really means nothing. The memory loss thing could be true. That's a thing people have. Well, that sounds convenient, doesn't it? I mean, I guess that sounds pretty convenient.
Very likely on the spectrum. There are rumors that she's bedbound, but as far as I can tell, those are not true. Despite all of this, Rosa Ray Ramsey has done bad things. She harassed Rebecca's victim, sending them gore, and she has harassed Zaid Magenta, and has likely done this to other people as well.
The gore? What, is this the gore? It's like some anime picture or something? Is that the gore? This is the proof of Rosa Ray being bad. Oh no, you are not going to abuse anyone else's money just like what you did with my friend. Sorry. Just like you did with my friend Rebecca, as of what I heard from her video, that you lied to her about your life. Like I said, this is what happens when you allow the sin of lust to consume you. I get the feeling blank would have ended up here. Is this gore? Does this count as gore? It's like some kind of weird body vortex. Is that gore? It's like a biblical picture. This one's the same tweet as this one. Blank has been throwing my friend Rebecca under the bus. So some retard on the internet is, like, misled because they're stupid and, like, don't know what's going on. Like, is this person a bad individual because, you know, someone told them a story and they ran with it, and, like, that's just the way the internet is. You're gonna get people that run defense for people that don't know the situation, and they just go like, "How dare you? That's my friend!" Why do we give a shit? Why am I supposed to care? And I'm supposed to be horrified by the gore that was being sent. I don't know if we're missing some of that. I mean, but, you know, at least show it blurred. What we've got here is like an illustrated body vortex thing, and then like an anime picture, it looks like. You could barely tell what this even is. I can kind of see blood. Maybe a knife is like blonde hair. I can't tell what the fuck. Oh, it's like scissors and a tongue. I think it's, yeah, someone's cutting off their tongue. I guess that's... This prevailing, it's like the trigger warning thing. It's this weird fucking modern concept of like, oh no, if they show me an image of something or say, like, kill yourself, then I have to. Like then it influences me or something. I don't get it. Just literally just stop. Like block the person. Block this individual. What's the problem? Oh my god, they sent me an image of an anime person cutting their tongue off or something, or whatever this picture is. It's terrible. Horrible. How dare they? All right, block. Okay, it's not a problem in my life anymore. What's the fuck? Who gives a shit?
None of Rose's disabilities excuse this. Whether or not she was pushed or pressured or influenced by anyone, Rebecca, Nekopon, anyone, she is a person with agency. And even beyond
Asians? Oh, agency.
Beyond all of that, Rosa has been proven to be dishonest.
I just didn't know this person. I just didn't know.
It's probably just some stupid, like, it's just some woman that has probably, like, no friends and wanted to have friends. And when she found out that her friends maybe were not the best people in the world, you know, she's autistic and doesn't maybe know, like, exactly, like, the social thing that she's supposed to do here. She might have other things going on with her, whatever. And she probably was just like, I want to still have my friends, though. I like these people. And she probably didn't understand the fucking problem, you know? So all of this, like, she's a bad person because of, it's just, it's like, yeah, I don't know, I don't see it, I'm not seeing it, unless I missed something that maybe she did, actually, that's like a real thing, that's, you know, maybe at least morally, I don't see what this woman did at all.
She does tell objective and outright lies in both of the calls. Speaking of that, the greatest mystery that no one has been able to solve is, was Rosa Ray Ramsey able to do anything about Nekopon at all? That's what all of these calls are about. Rosa Ray Ramsey was a moderator. That much is confirmed. But beyond that, you're not going to get a straightforward answer. As we've established in the last video, Nekopon was not only a moderator, but an artist as well. And
Again, I just can't get over the fact that this Mr. Enter guy, he's been around for over a decade, and you make animation videos. This is his second, at least, video talking about Star Giant, and the first time we watched one, the first one, I remember being like, haha, based. Yeah, you show the receipts or whatever. Haha, yeah, this person's stupid cancel video was dumb. But now the whole thing is just so... I'm just so over it all. It's like, you really worked on this for, like, how long? How long? It's an hour and 46 minutes? How long did he spend slaving over Premiere or whatever, getting this video done? And he didn't stop and just go, like, man, maybe I should... Like, who gives a shit? I mean, who really cares about Star Giant? Because that's what it's all about, right? You know, he can talk about how it's about these predators and Lyo Convoy and blah blah blah, but it all comes back to this editor that he had, that he's like been fucking, like, canceled by or whatever, and he's just taking it so intensely seriously. Like, just chill out. No one gives a shit about Star Giant. Star Giant is an insane person that no one would fucking bat an eye at if you weren't giving this person more of a platform, you know, and acknowledging this and giving it fucking, you know, a leg to stand on. This is his another video about this, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, just make your stupid videos about your cartoons. Who gives a shit?
Like a server.
How could anyone ever begin to give this much of a shit? It's like you recognize your fucking editor is a fucking user, and you just, okay, well, bye, and, you know, you stop, like, this isn't, it's literally like punching down is basically what I'm trying to explain here. But without saying that, because Twitter people ruined that saying. I think that saying started, punching up, punching down. I think that started by obnoxious pricks, so let's reclaim it, frankly. This is just punching down. This is just a guy who should, I mean, say what you will about Mr. Enter, he's got a big channel. You know, he's been around for a while. He should know a little bit better than to just do this to some rando that, like, why are you drawing so much attention to this person who no one is going to take seriously but you? You are. And this is just stupid. It's just fucking stupid, chat. And so much time spent on this. And it ties in with these other people and like, I don't know, man. Make your... You know, I feel like what's his name? Sohei Dojima. When he's saying goodbye to Kiryu when he like leaves the Yakuza in the beginning of Zero, and he's like, go have your little life and do your little job, and stay away from us. Stay away from predator catching bullshit, dude. Go do your little YouTube animation videos. And don't do this again. For fuck's sakes, this is embarrassing.
And
it's embarrassing for everyone involved, including me. I'm watching it. And all of you. Uh-oh.
Any terms of logic, staff would outrank typical moderators. I also know for a fact that
this video's gonna break my mind and break my spirit. I gotta turn my air conditioner on. Although the problem is, my air conditioner is being a real user lately. It keeps fucking... Yeah, the fucking... It keeps filling the stupid pipe up with water. And it's like I can't empty the goddamn thing. This piece of shit. It's gonna be cold for like 2 minutes, and then you know what it's gonna do? It's gonna turn off because the thing's full of water again. And I have to empty this goddamn thing like 6 times a day now. It's got like an old man bladder or something. I don't know. It's fucking annoying.
Should have known this. In my own public server, we did have an issue with a moderator. Nothing as serious as this, but we have...
Well, I didn't have it on because I knew it was just eventually gonna shut off and stop fucking working, and I don't want to pause the stream to have to drain the goddamn water. I gotta lift the 40-pound air conditioner, take off the vent, and fucking drain it, like piss its fucking water into a bottle that I've got. And I gotta do this like 8 times a day or more now. As of yesterday, I guess. This is just the way things are now.
I had a problem where they were deleting the comments of other moderators because they got over-emotional. Maybe because of this or due to Rebecca being Rebecca, she had 5 levels of moderation. And here's the cherry on the sundae.
5 levels of
no
moderation.
one fucking knows what any of them meant. Rosa was apparently given...
I don't know what any of this means!
...best friend's moderation role, which might have been the highest level of moderation, or it was the level of moderation that she handed out like candy to random newcomers. Because Rebecca Starlight is not a logical individual, and she does...
This was the original video, addressing my abuse. It misspells the word addressing. And, you know, it's very obviously dramatic. This is the one where Star Giant proclaims... in some mush-mouthed fashion that seems to not be really what they're trying to get at, but it's basically they proclaim that Mr. Enter is the architect of 26 years of Star Giant's suffering, apparently. which I really don't think is the point they were trying to get at, but that's how it came across.
Shit on a whim.
Video.
She does not have the capability of planning out a layered system like this. Even people who were in the server at the time, who were moderators in the server at the time, like Dar, like Rebecca's victim, they do not fucking remember how Rebecca's moderation system worked. Anyone who is outright stating that Rosa could have done anything does not have the objective knowledge to state that. And honestly, I have to believe quite the contrary. Remember Dar? I have to reiterate, she was a moderator. She heard of Nekopan's allegations. Within 24 hours of that, she was—
I did not remember Dar, but now I'm seeing the avatar and I'm like, oh yeah, the MS Paint, right.
was blocked and removed from the server without being told why. And she was removed by another moderator, the 17-year-old Lily. I have no reason to believe that if Rosa tried to talk to Rebecca about this, the same thing wouldn't have happened. Should Rosa have talked to Rebecca about this? Yes. Could Rosa have actually done anything? No. So
I'm getting lost again. Look at this fucking shit. Look at this. Look at this AIDS. This is the Senate, everybody. The Senate. Unbelievably embarrassing. I hope all of these people feel bad. I hope they all feel bad about the time that they were involved in. Not even the element of it where she's disabled and whatever. Just this as a concept is fucking cringe. This is embarrassing.
What proceeds is
Holy
5
shit.
hours across 2 separate calls.
The Jedi Council of Autism.
Of just the most indescribable shit. Everyone calls out the 4-hour-long one, and we will get there. But let's start out with the original 1-hour call on Lyo's channel at present. Cause, it's not pretty either.
Don't you tell me if only I don't care how you met Star Giant Productions. I couldn't care less if you met her in the back of a doggone Taco Bell sucking off dick. I don't.
Whose dick is getting sucked off in that scenario? That's an important question, actually.
Don't care.
First of all, a lot of both of these calls, is about Zaid Magenta's opinion on Star Wars.
Alright, so Zaid has a lot of
What? Why is this another EFAT video?
opinions about Star Wars. I don't understand how that's such a big deal.
Which, like, I don't give a shit. I don't think anyone who's made it this far in the story gives a shit.
Yeah, that's the cheapest food you're getting at a Taco Bell, to be fair.
But I do have—
You try to order that shit on DoorDash, it's like a $5 premium on every other restaurant. It's like free delivery with DoorDash plus whatever. No, Taco Bell, $5 extra to get Taco Bell delivered to you. It's insanity. It's never worth it.
I have to make it known.
I haven't had Taco Bell in years, because when am I ever going to get it? I'm not getting it delivered. There's none near me. I'm not getting... Fuck that.
So much of these calls, the first one especially—
I'd rather suck dick at a Taco Bell. At least I get a full meal.
Is about talking about Zaid Magenta's opinions on Star Wars. And it's incredibly annoying for these calls to be pushed in that direction when they should be about more serious matters. The stuff that isn't about Star Wars in the first call, most of the rest of it is Lyo Convoy insulting Rosa.
What do you mean I didn't show up? I was here at 4. Where were you, you lazy piece of garbage? To take a little sleep, because
this guy's like VTuber. Which lion guy is this? Is Lion-O? Is that the name? Where they just took the animal he's based on and said, I don't know, Lion-O. Lion-O Lion Face, that's his name. Cool animated show. Cool Thundercats. That's the Thundercats guy, right?
Lord knows you could use the beauty
Great.
sleep. I've seen photos of you. Why didn't you, in the depths of your ignorance, decide to tell people you're going to bed and you might not be here on time?
Like, right out of the gate. Rosa did come 4 hours late to the call, which is definitely bad, but,
Hey, retard, pay attention! Pay attention! And I hate having to use
he hates having to call her a retard. He just does it because he... this hurts me. Listen, I'm calling you a retard, but this hurts me more than it hurts you, okay? You need to believe me.
I apologize, I should not have. And more importantly, I care a lot about disabled people.
I love the people, they go so far as to say retard, but then they immediately backpedal and say sorry. This is embarrassing.
I care very deeply for them, that's why I apologize.
It would be better if you just were morally opposed to saying retard as opposed to calling I guess if you call someone who is mentally ill that, it is a little different. I did call an autistic guy retarded while playing Among Us one time, and that felt bad. I felt bad about that one. But like, you know, it's just fun. He just shouts retard at you fucking stupid retard! I'm sorry! I didn't mean it! I'm sorry, it's a little hot in this room! My air conditioner needs to keep pissing!
That's for calling you retarded, because I've met people who have mental retardation. They are very sweet, very kind people, and they're smarter than you.
Oh, she's less than a retard. She's dumber than a retard. That's what he's really getting at. I pause and eat it. That's actually based. No, yeah, I'm sorry I had to disgrace retards by comparing you to them. I apologize. You're significantly below the level of retard, actually. That's good. That's actually good. That's a good meme.
Be prepared to listen to that word a lot, by the way. It comes up a lot.
Yeah, no fucking shit, retard. No shit, retard. No shit, retard. I'm asking why you won't even abide your own standards.
Now, this group has been
so problematic, I literally can't even.
Called out time.
I'm glad that I got that trigger warning for ableism. You know, I took the ableism bullet to my face, and now I'm not offended by hearing that word. That's the good thing about the trigger warning, is that it makes me magically not be offended by it if I were to be so inclined. It's like, well, I've been primed for it, so I'm no longer offended by that word. So it's good. Overall, it's a good thing.
And again for their ableism. That is absolutely worth commenting on. But at this point, I don't have time or the wherewithal to be redundant on any of this. If you want people to go on and on about every single slur that's said, you can find those videos elsewhere. In matters as serious as this, we have to put our emotions on the back burner and tackle things rationally. What is Rosa being accused for here? I'm sorry, what's Rosa being assumed to be guilty for? Letting a predator stay in the server for 8 months. I have to make this clear. That is a bad thing to do. That is a terrible thing to do.
Isn't that like your main complaint with Star Giant, is that she knew about fucking a predator for like 2 days or something and left the person in the server? And now you're saying that it's not as big of a deal when this Rosa chick did it, but Star Giant, that's the real terror.
And there should absolutely be consequences for it. Mental disabilities or otherwise. But I have to ask, what do any of these theatrics accomplish? The friend group did what both Rebecca and now Rosa is being accused of. Some, like Ray Rance, went even further, and while being tormented by Mongrel is an explanation, it does not excuse what transpired. But you notice how I've gotten all of these DMs and all of these answers from user X who is culpable, and how Lio got, like, nothing from all of this? You know how I did that, right? I asked for them, calmly. I didn't turn this into an internet blood sport, because...
I mean... you know, I will say, this is a decent part of the video where he is basically just, yeah, I mean, you can't argue with this. Like, I just calmly attracted more flies with honey, you know, rather than with fucking vinegar, which is what the other method seemed to be. You know, not really very productive in the ultimate goal of stopping child predators or whatever. Just kind of shouting at them and calling them cringe is not really doing much for that. So, you know, yeah, him flexing that he's got more proof of what's going on and has had more, like, journalistic success or whatever, it seems to be pretty warranted, I'd say. I mean, you know, he is going up against a guy who seems to be quite dumb. But, you know, I mean, it's amazing how Mr. Enter is a really interesting individual, because he's like a Doug Walker type. He waffles between, like, being an endearing lolcow, and every now and then he's just, oh god, Mr. Enter's insufferable, I hate this guy. But then, you know, he's not that bad, and he's like, he occasionally has some moments where I'm like, yeah, I mean, he's turning the video around. The whole thing is cringe and embarrassing, but if he's gonna make a point about, you know, these people fucking up their situation and everything, I mean, yeah, he seems to, you know, he has a leg to stand on there at the very least.
Getting the important answers is what's supposed to be important in situations like this.
We got a new Sonichu video from Irate Gamer. That's awesome. Oh, wow, we're getting an Irate Gamer content sandwich today, boys.
It's more important than telling the guilty...
I don't know how much longer I'm going to spend watching this. The next part of this is, like, very long. Oh, this is the whole Senate call. People are going to want me to watch this, aren't they? God damn it. God damn it, this is going to be one of those streams where we do, like, one thing. You know what? I'm just going to change the... Hang on. I'm going to change the stream title here. Let me see here. Mr. Enter Predator Power Hour. I don't know. Sure. We'll change the title again when it's relevant, but yeah, it's fine. I was gonna do mixed trash. It was gonna be a bunch of trash. I was gonna do different channels, maybe users, but I mean, this is like astronaut food, though. It's like 17 different types of shit all at once. You got users, animation reviewers, weird cancellation documents, and fake drama, sex weirdos. You know. Also, it's every type of protein that you need all in one food. It's perfect.
You deranged lunatic. Just say you lying, worthless piece of garbage.
I have more than a few things that I want to say about Lyo and his work at this point, but I think the point of the matter is to systematically reveal his failings in this case, so they do not happen again. People have gotten hurt due to how this whole thing was handled. And not just Rosa. Rosa was not the only Star Giant mod called up. Dar was as well.
That's true. Jeffy was also here. Jeffy's competing, Mario! Jeffy's competing! So, I mean, everyone is here. This really does have a little of everything. Shitty art, you know, it's got a little of everything.
The call has not been leaked or released as of the making of this video. And I hope for everyone's sake it does not get released.
I'll speed it up.
I'm not going to say exactly what happened in it for the sake of Dar's privacy, but I will say that it did not end well. The Rosa call doesn't end well. Towards the end, Lyo is threatening to call Rosa's parents about all this.
Let me be very clear here. Make sure you clean the gunk out of your ears instead of closing your window so you can understand me. You have made yourself an absolute spec.
This is what happens when you allow someone on the internet to think that they have more power than they do. This is ego-tripping personified, where he's just like, dude, you're just an internet guy. No one needs to listen to you, and it's embarrassing that you think they will. And, I mean, I guess when you're targeting people that are, like, mentally handicapped, I guess maybe there's a chance that she will be scared of you or whatever you're intending to do, but anyone who's not is just gonna be like, wow, that's just cringe, damn.
You are a complete freak show.
You tell your mommy!
The worst possible people who you think are going to enable...
I mean, she's like 30, so it is like... It's a weird thing to threaten someone with. But, I mean, hey, I guess Chibi Necodemics, you know, you wouldn't have had half of the cringe you got with him if his parents didn't get involved. Parent. One. Just the one. No father for him. No thank you. None for him, thanks.
I bet you. So here's what's going to happen. You need to knock off the nonsense. Which means, by the way, stop schizo-posting about Zaid. Stop obsessing over him. Stop talking about him. Because if I keep catching you do it, this is going to happen again, and it's going to be worse. Because next step, since you made it very clear that you can't control yourself, I'm contacting your parents. And I don't want to have to, because you're 30 years old and I shouldn't have to, but it's very clear to me that you can't follow instructions.
And all in all, literally nothing is accomplished.
Why should she follow instructions from you?
Nothing out of Rosa. In fact, it can seem as if Rosa is entirely unaware of the situation. While that can absolutely be frustrating, it is no excuse to lose your temper.
Because the truth of the matter is, you will idealistically shack up with anybody who'll give you the right type of attention, which is why you're hanging out with Pizza Witch, aka Mongrel.
Yeah, because she's a retarded retard and a retarded retard, you know, I mean, special needs individual. You know, a special needs individual is going to, you know, maybe not understand the gravity of this situation, you know, maybe not, comprehend that the person that they like, who's their friend, is like a bad person that they can't talk to anymore or whatever. Like, this is a complicated... It's not that complicated, you know, like all told, but like for a person like this, potentially it might be. There's a lot of social nuances here that a person might not inherently understand, like, oh, I have to no longer be friends with this person. That's what this means. And so... Yeah, I don't know. This is just bizarre. It's bizarre that this went for so long. I mean, people were on this guy's side for a while, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it was Mama Max. Does anybody know? Was it Mama Max that made the tables turned? You know? It was like him and then, you know, Lyo Convoy, I guess people sort of turned on this sort of content then. I feel like people were on this guy's side up until just a little while ago.
And why did she help me with emotional support?
Because she is a mentally stunted, deranged lunatic who thinks she's everybody's hero despite the fact that she
Yes,
screws up.
probably. Yeah, I mean, it seems like everybody was willing to just be okay with this and not notice that this is as embarrassing as it is. Or like, you know, there's like this, I guess there was this fear of calling it out too. Like, if you get called, like, if you say that Mama Max's videos are cringe, then he's gonna point the finger at you for being a pedophile or something. Like, I guess that might have been people's problem too. I mean, I remember watching at least a Mama Max video and not feeling like it was the most insane thing. But I can't say how I would feel if I had watched this before, you know, the tables turned, before the zeitgeist shifted. And back when I would have been potentially the controversial opinion that I'm streaming, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know, this guy seems like he's power tripping. What did this woman even do? Why is he calling her so many names? What is the problem here? She seems like she's barely involved in this conversation even. He's just dominating this poor woman. Like, what the fuck's happening? And people would have called me woke. They would have called me woke. That would have happened.
Literally everything she touches. Hate to tell you this, stupid, but just because somebody's nice to
Fucking
you...
stupid, retarded idiot!
I mean, they're a good person. Mongrel has an axe to grind against this server because I did the one thing her parents failed.
I mean, it's literally like, hey, what are you, retarded or something? What do you not know? Basic social cues and simple things that normal people understand? Yeah, I would say probably not. That sounds to be about right. Yeah, you keep shouting retard at this person. So that seems to be the problem, yes.
I told her the truth, and she did not like it. There's a reason why she lives in her car. There's a reason why she just went to jail for a few days. She is the biggest issue with all of her own problems, but instead she thinks it's everybody else's fault.
Hang on, let me, I gotta fix the title again. Because it's Mr. Enter Predator Power Hour, but, Mr. Enter and... What? Oh god. Mr. Enter and Lyle Convoys. Predo Power Hour. There you go. That's the name. Now we got it. Now we got it on lock.
She refuses to take responsibility just like you do.
I have no idea exactly what Lyle meant about that. I did ask him about Mystic Mongrel, but I don't think I got a very concrete answer. Beyond, she's a scumbag, a degenerate, or in it for clout. Also, here's this video where she admits to spreading CP. I had to put most of these pieces together myself.
What?
Like, I wasn't told that she was friends with Necopon at one point, or that she sexually harassed Necopon at one point. Either the Tecmo stream or the first row.
So are there reasons to not like this woman? Because this has really been bungled so far. I mean, maybe I passed over part of it. I know I skipped over a chunk of the video, but did she do that, or did Necopon do that? I'm getting there's so many people. There's a whole Senate. There's like a fighting game, you know. This isn't even it. There was an actual fucking, like, Danganronpa thing that was like a fighting game, like, you know, fighter selection list kind of deal. And, you know, there's so many fucking people involved in this. I can't keep track of who's who and who's she, and allegedly Rebecca is she, and,
The call is apparently how Endo and Lyle Convoy got together. And Endo enlisted Lyle Convoy to help expose Necopon. What follows is quite the showcase.
The AC is tough
I want to make
say.
something
Room's
abundantly clear,
cooler,
adamantly clear. In this next chapter, I am going to be critical of Endo.
We might need to stop feeling bad for this woman, but I still don't really know what's going on. It might not even been her that he was referring to. Maybe. This whole thing is extremely confusing. Look at how many fucking people are in this Discord call and tell me that this is easy to make heads or tails of. Oh, wait, fuck. Oh, god damn it. Okay, we're good. Chapter 6. Miss
I want to make
Rosa
something
goes to
abundantly
Senate.
clear, adamantly clear. In this next chapter, I am going to be critical of Endo. I am going to have some questions of Endo's honesty.
I don't know who Endo is, but alright.
Will not be pretty.
Is that the one with the fucking hell of a boss demon as their avatar?
However, Endo was groomed by Necopon. This is an objective fact. I have no
Okay.
patience for dipshits like Stardust, who make reaction videos and make fun of Endo for talking about being groomed, just because they hate Lyle Convoy. Endo was groomed by Necopon.
Okay, but, like, what grooming do you mean? Like, was this a 24-year-old and, like, 15-year-old, or was this, you know, like, another 19-year-old and 18-year-old kind of situation? I don't know. there's a lot of another word that's very rapidly losing all meaning. Okay.
And I will ban anyone who doubts that fact.
Sure,
and I am not afraid to name and shame. There is evidence.
They might have groomed their hair or something, yeah.
There is testimony. There is witnesses. And there is literally zero doubts that Nekopon groomed Endo. Endo was not the only victim of...
Okay, sure. We're still on this Nekopon person. Like, I mean, this whole video, it's just, if you really... It's, like, so roundabout. I'm trying to imagine, like, looking at this and not knowing the situation, even as much as I do. Like, that there is a situation with these people, having no understanding of Lio Convoy or any of this. Just being, like, a passing Mr. Enter fan. You don't know who his fucking editor is or whatever, or any of that drama. But then you watch this video, because, you know, maybe it looks kind of curious. You're like, what's going on here? And it's like, what's the point of this video? You're, I guess, outing this one pedophile, but, I don't know. I don't know what the point of that even is, really. I mean, it's not like a very well-known person, I don't think, but we have to out them on your huge channel, like this rando that's just like, I guess, okay, maybe a pedophile or something, sure, possibly. But then also it's like a grudge thing about his editor, and this whole other fucking thing with this Lio Convoy guy. It's so convoluted what this is even getting at. This is such a mess.
Nekopon, but they were a victim and they were significantly hurt.
Welcome
With that
to
in
Groom
mind,
World.
let's talk about Rosa's last stand. This is a 4-hour...
Sorry, I missed the trigger warnings. We got abuse, ableism, slurs, slut-shaming, and self-harm. Thank God he covered up the word slut-shaming. You know, it's funny if you think about it. It's like, why did you censor this? Did he want ads on this video that's, like, supposed to be about, like, victims and fucking trigger warnings and everything? Isn't that a no-no? Aren't the soys gonna get mad at him over that? Like, shouldn't he not run ads on this sensitive subject video or something? So why does he give a shit that it says slut-shaming for fucking a second in small text that would never ever trigger any kind of demonetization on YouTube? I know I get overboard on the self-censorship, but if you even think about it, it's like, what's the point of the censorship? It's for him to probably make money from this video, which, again, you could easily argue is, like, at the expense of many people, potentially. I don't know, man. Just don't... easy opportunity to not censor yourself and be based, but, you know, whatever.
This is a 4-hour behemoth of a video on the Senate that took place on January 31st, 2023, a few mere weeks after...
somebody take the slurs bullet.
...to the first call. It was leaked in February of 2024, for reasons that we will get into, but the calendar in the video clearly shows the date and time. The behavior...
Clearly. Does it?
...of 2024, for reasons that we will get into, but the calendar in the video...
Oh, well, I guess. Sure. Alright.
Video clearly shows the date and time. The behavior in this video is inexcusable. There's no way to beat around the bush. And if given the choice between watching Rebecca's addressing my abuse or this one, I'd watch Rebecca's video 5 times without blinking. For 3.5 hours. This woman is insulted in just about every way imaginable, until it's finally shot down by Ponder Sprocket stepping in and telling off everyone, with the help of Harley TBS.
Are people posting fucking Evanescence gifs in the background?
Every way imaginable, until it's finally shot down by...
These wounds don't seem to heal. No, wait, that's not Evanescence, that's the other one.
Ponder Sprocket stepping in and telling off everyone.
That's the one that's not as good as Evanescence, right?
With the help of Harley TBS.
Admittedly, I haven't been here for very long, so I didn't hear the...
Just like the concept of you're in this chat and you're like, I guess you're... So it's a Senate, right? The idea, it's kind of like a Senate hearing. You're like Mark Zuckerberg in front of the committee or something. But instead of the committee of like U.S. senators who've been elected to their position, you've just got a bunch of fucking retards who have all just decided that they belong here and that they are the... like, this is literally the court of public opinion. That's what we're looking at. Visually represented in front of us right now.
Started the conversation, but I do need to ask, do you guys actually think that the throwing of insults and blatant, like, I'm not even gonna like sugarcoat it, this is bullying. Do you really think that this is helping, or do you think that this is just gonna make Rose feel like she's the victim in this situation? Do you
I don't know, I think
she's
it's
going
funny.
to maybe victimize herself because you were actively bullying her and apparently have been doing it for 4 hours?
Harley TBS, if you're wondering, is someone that Hopeless Peaches tried to poison the mind of Lyle Convoy against. And when these two finally show up, and ruin Peaches' fun, Peaches runs like a worm. Lyle Convoy gets a lot of the criticism for this call, as he should. This is his house, and what happens in it is his responsibility. But for the first hour of the call, he's not even available.
Which one of you?
There's just something about this that's so inherently high school, too. It seems so juvenile. I mean, I don't know that you can have a drama like this in any form that isn't, like, embarrassingly, like, middle school, you know? But this just is so, like, Becky told Samantha that I was smelly, and Samantha, like, oh god, it's so hard to not look at this as just being a bunch of fucking petty bullshit. There's elements of it that are allegedly, like, real, but it's just brought down and made, like, cheapened by the sheer volume of just stupid high school bullshit. Just, she was mean to her, but then she was catty behind her back and tried to poison his mind against her, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. You cannot, by any means, force me to give a shit or make me... that's not possible. It's not possible.
Which one of these things is worse? It's a simple question. I don't need an essay answer. Which one of these things is worse? If when I say stop, that's exactly what I mean. I don't need to say it in multiple different languages. Everybody can be able to understand what stop means. I mean, clearly you don't, but still. Okay, so I'm not done. I am not done. I'm still speaking. I have the talk. I am speaking. So, real quick.
Lyle, why is your microphone so bad? Aren't you the YouTuber? Why are you, like, the worst mic in this Discord call? Fix your mic and then do your 47-person Discord call, dude.
Which is beyond unprofessional. This is a call talking about how someone dealt with, or rather, didn't deal with a predator. This is a serious matter. So serious that you couldn't, I don't know, schedule the call for an hour later when you had the opportunity to sit down and focus. Most of the shit show, however, is run by Hopeless Peaches, who is allegedly drunk.
I'm part of the LGBT, so you can trust me easily, so go tell me. I know. I got my drink poured. Go ahead.
Allegedly. Throughout the entire video, he is entirely on the attack like a schoolyard bully, coming right out of the gate with slurs and all manner of terrible language.
Even answer that. How old are you?
Why would you care about this?
I asked you a simple question. Can you not count that high? You can either apologize for what you actually did, or you could turn around and say, you know what?
Wait, I'm sorry. Is this a he? Is this person 12?
Blue, I'm not sorry because I don't understand because I'm a retard. Rosa?
Oh my god, the slurs. I can't deal with the slurs. It's so funny when he uses the slurs bullet at the beginning. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I literally needed to be reminded just now that retard is a slur. Like, because it's so stupid to think that. But people do. I mean, they still do. That's like the generally accepted thing, is you're not allowed to say it. You can't say it. Why can't I say it? But it's like, it's so dumb to think that that's like a horrible word you can't say, I genuinely, I'm just like, wait, which slurs? Oh, okay, just that one.
I'll help you. I will help you right now. I will help you. I will give you that grace. You're not here to be helped, dickhead. Just because we understand doesn't mean we care. Hold on, let her cook. I want to know this backstory.
This is like, what a cuck, lol. This is like Blue Spike and Chris Chan, but just like on a new level. I guess it doesn't get to a point of shove the medallion up your ass, but it's just embarrassing. How did no one have an epiphany that this is not where they should be in their life doing this? This is so sad.
I've been waiting so long for the anime backstory. Let's go. Let's go, anime sluthole backstory.
Anime sluthole.
Rosa, is that you?
No, that's me. I'm giggling.
Peaches is clearly...
Oh, let her cook. I heard what a cuck.
Far more interested in mocking and making fun of Rosa, to the point of even giggling.
So that's Peaches? That's, okay. The one who sounds like a 12-year-old boy or girl is Peaches,
at times.
I guess.
Peaches also uses legit manipulation tactics. There's one moment in the call where he's asking Rosa how she's doing, which sounds uncharacteristically sincere.
I'm gonna ask now that we're so far. Rosa, how are you feeling?
Just not sure what to say right now.
But it's actually a tactic to confuse someone's sense of trust. And all of this goes on long past the point where Rosa is literally begging to leave the call.
I just don't know. Please.
Oh, you don't know.
I mean, this is edited this is basically edited like you know, Omni King style video or something too. I mean, I said before the loud music in the background and like it's ill-fitting and everything, but this is like a slightly higher budget, you know, like King Ali show episode. It's a little different. There's some elements that are different, but it's similar.
Oh, you have two choices.
PNG tuber element.
Which one's it gonna be? You're not leaving until you make a choice. You're not leaving until you make a choice.
There is no way to
Yeah,
describe.
she's begging to leave a Discord call. This is the definition of terminally online, is when people... It's like Sonic Sega Gamer physically running away from other people in VR chat. Instead of leaving the world that he's in or blocking those people, he physically turns from them and walks in the other direction from them in VR chat to get away from those users. It's like you just don't... You literally... We've entered like a state of like... I don't know... Some sort of, you know... technological transhumanism or something, where people just don't even recognize that they're not... Yeah, you can leave the Discord call. I know she's like... She's, you know, she's a retarded retard or whatever, but... Like, it's so ridiculous that we're at that point now.
This behavior as other than abhorrent, but let's put our emotions aside.
These
a lot of the people
evil
in this
people
call
forced her to stay in this Discord call. She wasn't able to leave the Discord call.
were victims of grooming.
Oh my god.
Hopeless Peaches.
What's that?
Let's put our emotions aside. A lot of the people in this call were victims of grooming.
Yeah, a lot of the people in the world are victims of grooming, depending on how you categorize it. Reminder that we have recently looked at videos where people have claimed 7 years later that they were groomed as a 12-year-old by a 14-year-old, and now as a fully grown, I think it was 7 years, as a fully grown adult of like 19, this user still has the screen caps, we're talking Birdie in this scenario, still has the screen caps of their intimate relationship with someone from 7 years ago when they were 12 and that person was 14, and that person totally groomed them, guys. Again, words mean nothing now. It's like the word literally doesn't mean literally anymore, and that was it. That was basically it. Once literally, officially, and dare I say literally, stopped meaning literally, once it officially in the dictionary became a synonym for literally, not literally, you know, that was basically it. That was when it's done, right? Language is over, right? It's all over from there. It's all done. And now no words mean anything and nothing makes any sense and everything. Oh, they're all grooming victims. Yeah. Their parents did their hair once, you know.
Endo, Hopeless
Original joke, I know.
Peaches, Blue Weed, so on. And so what actually ended up happening is that many of them ended up projecting their trauma onto Rosa Ray Ramsey. Wild Convoy even says this.
The only person more culpable other than Star Giant is Necopon themselves. So congratulations, you're the bronze medal here. Star's the silver, Negopon's the gold.
So what this essentially becomes is, couldn't get the groomer, couldn't get Star Giant Productions, so you'll have to do, take their lumps. It doesn't help that people are putting words in Rosa's mouth, especially Peaches. Remember, Rosa Ray Ramsey has memory issues, according to her own words.
Yes, I'm epileptic.
Okay, and I'm a cripple, what's your point?
Well, I had seizures in my life since...
I mean, like, it's easy. It's also, that sounds like an excuse, doesn't it? It's a very convenient excuse.
I was young. And the effects of it could cause memory loss. This is why I forget sometimes. I forget the years that happened.
She asks this at one point.
The years that happened.
We're talking about Andrew Clark. You were just defending him. But now suddenly, because this thing came out that, oh yeah, by the way, he defended cuties, you want to pivot over to Necopon? No. We're not doing that right now. No.
Isn't this just long ago? Just once upon a time. Isn't this just once upon a time, just long ago?
No. Okay, I'm gonna stop you right.
This is literally, quite literally, figuratively too, like 40 fucking people ganging up on this woman who, I mean, again, maybe she's got some weird shit going on, but I don't think anything warrants this. She could have groomed minors herself, frankly, and it's like, you really, like, I don't know, you really need these 40 people to be here grilling her? Is this really even accomplishing anything? other than just being kind of uncomfortable and weird.
It's fucking there, okay? Because now I'm starting to get pissed.
Quality
it
content?
doesn't matter how long ago it was. What matters is that these children were scarred for life, okay?
I get it. But
no, clearly you don't, because you're saying that it was long ago and forever and once upon a time. That's not how it works.
How many years was that? Just how many years was that?
It doesn't matter how many years it's been.
You're sat here saying that it was years ago, right? And that's your stance for why it doesn't matter.
I just don't know how many years ago.
Even without the memory issues, this is not the most objection.
Okay, I'm good. I think we're done with Mr. Enter. Unless somebody informs me that there's more funny stuff, I think we get the fucking point. There's probably more to it. I'm sure you know what? Schrodinger's cat, everyone involved in that call is probably a groomer with a bunch of weird people on their personal Discord server. I'm just gonna say, just to be fair, let's just say everyone involved in this video, period. Probably a groomer who likes, kids, allegedly, right? It's fine. There's no way to be sure, because everyone apparently is, and is a victim also, so just, let's just, AI chat summary. Everyone in this video is a groomer or something, and chat is reacting to that. There you go. So, Mr. Enter, Lio Convoy, that's all good, that's all fine. More, let me see here, we're changing the title here. New Irate Gamer Sonichu video. That's what's coming up next here. Apparently it's like 6 minutes long. That other one he made was only 8 minutes, but it was extremely entertaining the whole time. So, I mean, we shall watch. Yeah, I don't know. If there's more to that video, then maybe we can watch it. I'm good. It's really all melting into just a soup of, like, grooming and Discord, and yeah, I get it. It's just kind of making me, ultimately, I'm just feeling kind of, there's like a weight on my shoulders watching this fucking video. It's like, I'm good. I want to free myself of watching this now. I'm fine. Let's see here. Irate Gamer. And I don't know if it's on his Irate Gamer channel, actually. It might be on his other channel. God, he's got food videos. He's got food videos? He eats Irate Gamer 80s food and stuff. God. Irate Gamer Sonichu. I don't know. What the fuck is the name of his other channel? What the fuck is... Okay, well, hang on. First of all, we got this. This is from 13 years ago. This is Silent Bob's Irate Gamer rant. Let's find out about Irate Gamer. Come on.
What's up, bitches? This is Silent Rob.
What's up, bitches?
You guys may remember a couple years ago when I first started to get popular on here.
This is from 13 years. This is from 2010, everybody. We've also got Face Destroyer Inc. over here with E3 2012 is a joke. And a scalper rant, too.
I made
another video about Irate Gamer over here. Oh, we're set.
A pretty controversial Irate Gamer rant where I dissed on the guy pretty hard, calling him an AVGN ripoff, how he doesn't deserve to get his videos featured, and how he's pretty much a piece of shit. And so it's a couple years later now, and I feel exactly the same. Why are people still watching this retard? Okay? He's reviewing...
Whoa, that's a slur, dude.
Cereal and Kool-Aid packets now? Are you fucking serious? I mean, it's not even about the money at this point. I'm just worried about the mental state of the world. I mean, this guy gets like 250,000 views per video. That's 250,000 fat, unfunny virgins that sit around watching this guy thinking he's funny. Are you fucking serious?
It really was a funny phenomenon, the people... Because there's no way to describe early... people say what they will about modern AVGN, but there's really no better way to describe early... early AVGN versus Irate Gamer than to say that it's just AVGN light at best. It's like the diet AVGN. It's like Walmart brand AVGN. And it's funny to imagine the people that are willing to, you know, like they're presented with Greta Van Fleet and Led Zeppelin and they go with Greta Van Fleet. It's, you know, there's that individual exists and that's the irate gamer demographic.
Okay, this guy's like a train wreck. But this is like a train that collided into a little Debbie truck and a short bus at the same time. I was actually one of the first people to publicly rip on this guy. And I'm pretty proud of that, actually. Because nobody else had the balls to stand up and call this guy out. And I did. And got my fucking video taken down off YouTube. Which pretty much created a downhill slide.
What does that mean? Does that mean Irate Gamer took down his video for criticizing him?
To where I couldn't get a partnership and anything else because I, you know, was breaking copyright rules and everything else. Fake bullshit copyright rules that only exist in Irate Gamer's fat head.
So yeah, he got like copyright struck for just like ranting about him. That's cool. Again, remember, Irate Gamer, he's not like the regular YouTuber, you know, the normal YouTuber, the type of person that YouTube, you know, wants to invite to the Epstein Island, right? You know, that YouTuber, they aren't going to erroneously copyright strike people over, you know, difference of opinion. But, you know, Irate Gamer, he's a cut above. He's a thinking man.
His reviews on video games, when he actually makes any, you know, considering he's called the Irate Gamer, no, half the time he's off reviewing ketchup packets and cereal and dildos.
Oh, dildos, you say? Well, this is all well and good, but there is an Irate Gamer Sonichu medallion video, allegedly. And that might just be lies. Someone may have lied to me. Well, there is a 4-minute video talking about it. He has discussed it a bit. Like, there's a Twitter video where he discusses the thing. You know? But, there's... I don't know if he... the way it was said, it sounded like he has a new video, like, recently uploaded, like, just now, kind of thing. But this one's from a month ago. This is The Curse of the Sonichu Medallion.
Hey guys, Ghost Dr. Chris here, and last night I ended up doing a post on Nick Rakita.
It might not be a new Sonichu Medallion video. I thought he had a brand new video about it.
It went absolutely viral. Got tons of questions, really focusing on the medallion and how does that work? How did this cause his downfall? So, to address this, we have to get into the paranormal science of how cursed items work. So let's get into it. So if somebody really knows what they're doing in magic...
What is the point of the subtitles? The subtitles are pissing me off more than they should. I mean, it's like this baby show sing-along kind of thing. Like, I'm surprised we don't have a bouncing ball following these fucking words.
Okay, not a lot of people do it. This is why it doesn't happen very often. But if somebody's really good at magic and cursing an item, what happens is they're actually putting like a Topa-like energy, or think of like a golem, they're putting like a golem-like energy into this thing to do the bidding of the master. So when Nick got this thing in the mail in 2019, he put it on, and right then and there, everything swung into action. This Topa-like energy started to manifest, and the gears started spinning. Now the
wheels are in motion, Babu.
Now these energies, what they do is they're pretty much siphoning off energy, feeding off energy. These are kind of parasite spirits. I've come up with 7 different classifications of spirits, and this is just one. It's a parasite spirit.
So the thing about Irate Gamer, as far as we can tell, and I am calling him that as if that's his name. I know his real name, but the thing about the Irate Gamer is, you know, if you didn't watch the video, there was just a video I put out. It's up on the channel. You can go watch it. I mean, maybe watch it after the stream, but... yeah, he talks about ghost shit. He's really into ghosts, and one assumes that that's just like a grift, right? I mean, like, you know, he's got the Puppet Steve channel where he pretends to be a Minecraft puppet or something. And, you know, he's just kind of trying to play the content game. He's trying to make some money, you know, that's the job. The ghost thing, though, I mean, he at the very least seems to be pretty good at pretending to believe the ghost thing. Nothing else, like the Irate Gamer thing, he's pretty clear that that's just a character that he plays, right? But the ghost thing, he seems to be... He'll be like, hey, I'm breaking character to tell you about the spirits and the magic. And then he's also selling books, I guess, that are about ghosts and stuff. So you want to assume it's a scam, but he really does seem like he believes it. I mean, it seems like he's just kind of crazy and believes a bunch of phony hoo-hoo ghost shit. So
that just feeds off people, places, things, and it happens over time. Think of like Dark Crystal, if you've ever seen that movie, where the Skeksis are feeding off the Gelflings. You know, it's very quick in that movie, but in real life it happens over time. You know, it just doesn't happen overnight. And this can manifest in different ways. So maybe it manifested through his alcoholism. You know, maybe it made, because I know he was drinking a lot.
Skeksis. So he manifested Magichu because of his drinking?
Maybe it manifested in him wanting to crave alcohol even more because he went through this deterioration period. So this Topo-like energy, you know, the gears started going in motion, and here we go. It just gets to where we're at.
Like, you look at a video like this and you assume this is him just, you know, Nick Rekieta's trending, I'll make a video about ghosts and Nick Rekieta and haha, whatever. But then you see him talking, and when he claims he's out of character, and he's just like this. This is just how he is. Apparently, I mean, out of character, supposedly. It might be several layers of meta character, I guess. But this is how he sounded in that other video, just babbling about ghosts and fucking energies and magic and, like, vibrations or whatever. So, I mean, like, I think he might just actually think that Nick Rekieta was cursed by the Sonichu medallion.
Now, so that's how a cursed item pretty much works. Is this the case? I'm not sure. It's hard to say. There could be tons of factors. Maybe it was just, you know, him craving alcohol and just manifested that way. But when we're talking about cursed items, that's exactly what happens. Now, if you're asking, okay, how do you combat something like this? Well, the best way to do it is cleanse your living space, cleanse your house, prayers, things like that. It could disrupt what is going on, because these parasite spirits, what they're doing is they're trying to lower your vibration level, because if they lower it, as they're low...
Vibrations, everybody. The vibes are off, you know, that's the problem. The ghosts really care a whole lot about your vibe check, ultimately. I mean, it's funny that he gives you lessons, you know. Jordan Peterson tells people to clean their rooms, and everybody calls him a fascist. This guy tells you, yeah, clean your house, and maybe the ghosts will get out of there. Maybe. And I mean, it's like, yeah, it's a placebo effect kind of thing. Like, yeah, if you pray a lot and fucking clean your house, you're probably going to, you know, don't live in filth, you fucking trash. You're probably gonna, you know, feel a little better than you would if you didn't, I guess, and that's gonna make you think, spirits, demons are gone, they're all gone now, yay. Magichan's no longer influencing me to be a lol cow. It's not gonna happen.
Lowering it, you're more susceptible for attack. This is why priests and things, they're less susceptible for being attacked. They do get attacked, but it has less impact on them because their vibration level is so high. You know, the
vibrations are just so high.
They're
vibrating at a very high intensity at all the time. That doesn't sound good. The vibration, like, I know it's very basic layman term bullshit where it's like vibration good, vibration too high, demon can't bad because vibration high. But if you actually think about it, I mean, obviously that means nothing. It's just some stupid fucking... It's like Terrence Howard, just, the vibrational frequencies of the wavelengths of our genetic destiny of the Daleks, whatever. But it doesn't mean anything, but, like, if you actually piece together what the fucking words mean, it's like, okay, he's vibrating a whole bunch. So this guy's, like, super high-strung. And I guess the demons don't want anything to do with him because he's like he's a shaking fucking mess. He can't hold a cup of water. The demons can't get anywhere near him. He's too vibration-y. You know, Michael J. Fox. You know, you can fill in the rest of that joke for yourself. There you go. Sometimes you get a joke you get to craft yourself. You know, sometimes I make the joke for you, but other times, you know, you gotta. I'm not walking your way. I'm not holding your hand through every single one of them. Come on now.
So when they get into a living space, they lower the vibration of a home. And this is why I have a service. It's at ghostdrchris.com. This is why I have a service. I help tons of people out.
And you assume it's like a fraud. He's just trying to sell his scam ghost thing, but he does... Maybe... I mean, it's hard to believe that it's like several levels deep of scam, though. Because he's got Irate Gamer, and then and that's like a character. That's explicitly a character. But then he claims in that Dr. Disrespect video that he was breaking character to talk about that. And that's he just talks like this, basically. He talks like spiritual woohoo wacky man. So it really does seem like he's just selling stuff. He's selling this, but I think he might actually believe it.
Where I do prayer work and things like that to raise vibration levels and to remove things like curses and they lower the vibration of a home. And this is why I have a service. It's at ghostdrchris.com. This is why.
It's such a classic, like, you know, you don't get a lot of .coms anymore. Everything's an app now. The internet's dead after all. It's dead internet now. So when you actually get a classic URL and it's like sexybitchesnude.com, it's just so 1997. It's great. Ghost Dr. Chris. Oh my god. I mean, it's a real website. Oh boy. Okay, no, it's a scam. It's a scam! No, I hit the wrong button. Yeah, it's a scam. The $75 package gets rid of the Shadow Men, so just, you know, Dark Clouds and Shadow Men, so that's the whole package, really. The gold gets you everything from, you know, this is stage 2 is standard. You don't even deal with stage 1 hauntings. That's baby shit. Stage 2 is standard. Stage 3 is the second tier, you know, counter logically. And then gold is stage 5. We skip a couple. It gets you everything from stage 3. But even full-blown apparitions. Out of control emotions. So if you know a woman, that would be great for them. Scratches and physical harm. So if you know a woman, that would be great for them. Abduction dreams. So if you know a woman... but objects shattering, yeah. I guess if you got ghost problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but the Sonichu medallion is not one of them. I guess.
I have a service. I have tons of people out where I do prayer work and things like that to raise vibration levels and to remove things like curses and you know, because you could go to an estate sale, pick something up there that has an attachment, bring it home, and all of a sudden the gears are in motion of the
gears are in motion. What can you do? You know, you didn't ask for this, you didn't choose this, but now the gears are in motion, and basically you are fucking stupid. Click here.
Spirit, they are trying to lower the vibration of the home, and you start experiencing things, and it can get into the person. Oh, it's just a whole mess. So I hope this kind of enlightens you on how cursed items works. There's just...
I mean, yeah, this whole thing just reads as a shill for his website. Maybe I was wrong. I might have been just wrong. I mean, but that implies that so he's got Irate Gamer now, I guess, as like a front for him being a ghost shill channel. And then you look at, allegedly, this is all alleged, of course. I'm sure this is fully legitimate, and we're gonna get rid of all of the, Shadow Men and... Right, that's all gonna be great, but, yeah, I mean, this definitely just comes across as fake news, right? You know, he's just capitalizing on the situation, but he's been like this for 10 years. Maybe this is really, like, maybe he's really successful with this. Maybe this is the real business. The Irate Gamer is just, like... you know, a shell operation, and then he breaks character, quote-unquote, and his supposed real self is this ghost guy. But, like, is it really? I don't know. Seems like some pretty premium prices for this thing you believe so much in, but, I mean, you know, people have got to eat, I guess. I mean, that's fair. It's fair. You gotta make money, sure. But... it would be very easy to assume this whole thing is bullshit. I'm trying to find where... Oh, yeah, no, here it is. Sonichu Christian Medallion Curse documentary from the Ghost Doctor. It's 5 minutes and 50 seconds. It's from an hour ago. So it's still not super long, but we got some extra Irate Gamer content that... I almost didn't get to because I looked up Irate Gamer Sonichu And surprisingly, he doesn't have the SEO working on that, I guess. You'd think that you would want to connect this to Irate Gamer Sonichu, but no. Wants it to be definitively Ghost Doctor Sonichu. That's the thing. You can buy the Ghost Doctor Blu-ray collection, everybody. Awesome stuff.
Sonic Chew Medallion Necklace.
Say that again?
The Sonic Chew Medallion
Sonic Chew, huh?
Necklace has been causing quite a stir online recently to reach the level of creepypasta status.
Oh,
rumors
it's
are
creepypasta status.
swirling that wearers of the Sonic...
It's like he's an AI, but I know he's a real person, but it sounds like an AI talking, but I know he's a real person. It's crazy.
Sonic Chew are now succumbing to the curse that also took down their creator. Today we'll be diving into the paranormal mythology of this necklace, its victims, and the...
Yeah, this is just...
Today we'll be...
Like, he's still doing the irate gamer face. I mean, it's not the exact same face, but he's doing the fucking camera mugging that irate gamer always does, and is, without question, the most annoying thing about everything he makes is just the stupid fucking mugging that he always has to do.
Diving into the paranormal mythology of this necklace.
The mythology of the necklace! He's really biting every word that he's saying.
Its victims, and the curse of the Sonic Chew Medallion.
The Sonic Chew Medallion, everybody. We're gonna find out all about the curse. Yeah, I forgot there's also Puppet Steve. It's so easy to forget that he also has the Puppet Steve channel, which is more explicitly just a channel for kids to watch. It's Minecraft Steve as a puppet, and there's adventures with... It's like a plushie channel, basically. But it's a soulless corporate plushie channel meant to, make him money. And James Rolfe... I think he's actually done a collaboration. The actual AVGN has, in some fashion, collaborated with the actual Irate Gamer, like the characters. But James Rolfe and Puppet Steve did do a crossover a few years ago. I remember that. So Puppet Steve is his whole other thing. So he's got several phony personalities, I guess, that are all centered around... I mean, there's arguably we've never seen the real Chris Boris. He'll say, I'm going off character here, and then it's just him basically, trying to shill his ghost thing, more or less. And the ghost thing is just another element of the alleged scam. I don't know. Arguably, there is no real Chris Boris. Does he have an internal monologue? Who's to say?
Now, before we get into what this Sonic Chew Medallion is, let's first talk about its creator, Chris Chan, who has been an online video maker for many years. He has had a pretty rough life dealing with the disability of autism.
We're making the line in the sand of he.
Leaving him with struggles of finding love, getting a girlfriend, and growing an online fan base. All of these struggles, though, can unfortunately cause one to mentally and emotionally spiral down to the point where it lowers one's vibration to attract in on...
And it's embarrassing that this works, right? This is like the chief thing that these people... It's so easy to make money dishonestly. All you have to do is babble about vibrations, and someone will listen to you every time. I mean, it's the simplest path to money, is just say vibrations enough, and eventually you'll get some money. That's the way it works. It's literally just, the vibrations, the frequencies. It means nothing. But people pay money for it. People will financially support him. It's wild. It's the simplest grift in the world. Some people need to become president to bilk a nation, but some people just need to say vibration a couple times. Allegedly. I'm sure this is all perfectly legitimate.
Wanted dark forces and energies. Throughout the early
just
2000s,
trick him!
Putting his disability on display for all to see attracted a huge amount of trolls that teased him, tormented him, and even tricked him and catfished him into doing embarrassing stunts on camera. These things would only cause more emotional spiraling, which can certainly open the door to even more dark forces entering into one's life. Not only did Chris have to deal with his own demons...
But what's funny about this, too, is that I bet Chris would believe it. I mean, Chris is the first to talk about, spirits and dark forces and most darkest toxic sinners and dimensional shifts and fucking gods and angels and yada yada yada. He believes in all of that shit, so he's probably gonna He would probably see this and be like, yes, I was stricken by the curse of the Magi-Chan and the such like and the heretofore.
But also the demons of everyone else attacking him.
Just imagine a stress sigh after that.
Only sought pleasure from his downfall. Over the last decade, Chris Chan has succumbed to a downfall leading to weird acts, physical changes, gender changes.
Ah, yes.
And then in 2021, his demons got the best of him when he admitted to sexually taking advantage of his mother, who had dementia. He was
if you don't like and subscribe, that means you hate your own mother.
Arrested and sent to jail for his crime. So how does the Sonic Chew necklace now play into all this? Well, before making internet videos, Chris Chan created a character called Sonic Chew. This is the result of character mashing Pikachu with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, you mix Pikachu and Sonic, you get Sonic Chew, obviously. That's obvious.
Together into one character.
Yeah, the character named Sonic Chew, yeah.
He loved his creation so much that he made a necklace of Sonic Chew that he could wear around his neck. In 2014, Chris Chan started creating a limited number of Sonic Chew necklaces that he could sell to the public. Since these necklaces were made by his hands, one can't help but wonder if each of these medallions were somehow imbued with all the dark demons surrounding him at the time.
There's a demon! There he is, it's him!
But wonder if each of these medallions were somehow imbued with all the dark demons surrounding him at the time.
Spooky ghost!
And encased into each Sonic. After all, we do find in Judaic mysticism that they believe that any energy put into an item made by you will be stored into that item. So could these Sonic Chew medallions actually be cursed by the very demons that haunted Chris Chan?
I mean, it's funny to look at this because it seems so like a joke. I mean, it seems like a parody, right? But I mean, it's the Poe's Law thing. It's dead. I mean, like, it's easy to look at this and be like, this is a joke, you know, making fun of this type of video, the ghost channels or whatever, the ghost TV shows. But he's really selling these services, so I really think that this is just genuine to at least some extent. Like, it's a genuine attempt to sell things, fraudulently, maybe, but it's not like a joke. I don't think this is meant to be funny.
Well, let's look at the evidence here. 2015, YouTuber iDubbbz was gifted with a Sonic Chew medallion, which he unboxed.
Oh, you know what? The evidence might actually be piling up.
And proceeded to put around his neck. Shortly thereafter, he suffered a series of weird circumstances that even caused him to almost lose 1 million subscribers at once.
I just love the way that, like, YouTube drama bullshit is being talked about in this paranormal video. Like, the worlds are colliding, and it's like, I just don't know if it fits so well, but I can also see people being like, you know what, this does make a lot of sense.
October 2023, lawyer Nick Rekieta received a package from an unknown sender. A Sonic Chew medallion was inside that he also put around his neck. 7 short months later, Nick began to show signs of odd health issues and behavior patterns.
Okay, but arguably Nick was already a weird freak by that point. I mean, there were some signs already, but you know,
he was losing weight, falling asleep during live streams, turned to drinking and drugs, and was finally arrested that May. June 2024, Dick Masterson showcased a Sonic Chew necklace on his program, and mere hours after unveiling it to the world, the hosts almost got into a car wreck.
That's so good. I don't even remember. I remember there was something with Dick Masterson. I didn't know it was that, though. You know what? Fuck it. The curse is real.
July 2024, Ethan Ralph held up a Sonic Chew medallion which could have caused a Category 5 hurricane to spring up and head towards the exact location where he lives, and the news keeps calling it unprecedented.
You know, I mean, it's all adding up. This is very convincing, actually.
Alright, so that last one might be a little far-fetched, but you
No, I mean, it's either that or it's just Ralph. God was angry that Ralph exists. One of those is probably the case.
Can't dismiss the sheer oddity that is following the owners of these medallions. Especially when it comes to Nick Rekieta, because it was only late last year when he looked like a pretty healthy guy. Now he looks like a totally different person. Demonic beings are very capable of attacking in a way that sucks the life force from a person little by little over time. They're also able to influence a person to turn to vices like alcohol, which impairs the brain, making their influence and hold on their victim even stronger.
I mean, we're talking about literal demons, and I find it interesting that, like, we will call something like this a personal demon, right? You know, you call something like this, oh, he's battling his alcoholism, it's his personal demons. But, I mean, this is the interpretation of it as literal demons that are, like, forcing you to drink, I guess. Anything other than maybe it's just, you know, it's like, it's weird. I mean, I don't get what the point is. It's just satire, I guess, maybe? But it seems like he's genuinely into the ghost stuff, but he also is selling this, so it's like this weird triangle of, like, there's no way that he is selling this shit, but is like, I don't know, man. This is far-fetched. This is far-fetched. I think Ghosts made this video.
And if you ask me, it looks like that's exactly what might be going on in this case. As for the Sonic Chew medallion itself, are they
I mean, I think it might be a joke. I mean, you see this, like, spooky skeleton back here? What's with the... Why is there, like, a spooky Lego skeleton? Why does he have, like, something sticking out of his head?
Exactly what might be going on in this case. As for
I mean, like, you can call this one a joke, but he's still making videos about how the Day of Reckoning is here for the YouTubers that are being given Epstein Islands by YouTube, and, like, I don't know. I just don't know.
The Sonic Chew medallion itself.
Like, he could maybe, this is maybe a joke. I mean, again, you've got this, like, Lego skeleton back here that's got, like, it looks like a spot for you to put Lego hair onto or something. I don't know. But, it seems to potentially be a crazy guy making a funny joke.
South. Are they actually carrying a curse? Can the demons that brought down Christian also be affecting and feeding off the new owners of these necklaces so that their lives are also falling apart? Only time will tell, and one day I do hope to inspect one of these necklaces for myself and get down to the bottom of the truth.
Is he gonna become the next forced lolcow? I mean, arguably he already is one, but you know, he starts like testing the waters with his weird Dr. Disrespect video that I talked about. You can go watch my video talking about it. I just put it out. It's great, actually. It's a very good video. You should go watch it. And then now he's gonna, like, get the fucking medallion. He made this video. This is like the, you know, one of the next steps in that whole thing. He's gonna get the medallion. It's all fucking falling into place, guys. This is Chris Boris is becoming the new hot lolcow to watch for 2024. He's an up-and-comer, you know? You wouldn't have expected Chris fucking Irate Gamer Boris to be an up-and-comer like 15 years after he first jumped onto the scene, but he is. It's happening. So good for him. He's becoming the Joker. Yeah, he's a late bloomer. Yeah. Part 2 coming soon. He's gonna get the medallion, and everyone's gonna pog, and haha, he has the medallion, he's gonna become Chris Chan. It's so funny. But the thing is, he's arguably already going down that path. If that video is genuine, maybe it isn't. He might just be trying to stir the pot for the purposes of people like me making videos about it. Possibly. I mean, I'm happy to assist. Whatever the reasoning is, it's very bizarre. Like, no matter what the reasoning is, the need to become a lolcow for attention by any means necessary, if that's the reasoning, like, very bizarre. You know, if it's a conscious decision to be like, haha, Mr. Beast is on Epstein Island, and whatever it is that he's doing, and he's courting this shit with this medallion, you know what? You know what? I'm all here for it. I'm watching your career with great interest, buddy. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. That brings us to the end of the stream. We've been going for a little while. I wanted to do more today, but we got caught up with some big things. I'm gonna look at some super chats here. Thank you everybody for stopping by. We're gonna try to do another one soon, TM. You know, not another like 12-day break or whatever, however long it's been. We went a while. Tomorrow I'm going to try to put out another video. I got another one that's like nearly finished about Mighty Pups fanboy awkwardly forcing a kiss onto a woman that looks like she doesn't want to be there. Allegedly his girlfriend, but I mean, I just don't know that I believe that. Let's play a little cool music here. I'm also going to put up... I did some Twitter videos of me playing some SMT5 stuff on guitar. I think I'm going to put up those, a couple of those as shorts. Because I want to start doing guitar videos on here just as shorts. Because I never do shorts, but, you know, I'm going to keep the longs are going to be Crazy People TV. And then the shorts, maybe I'll do some, you know, some guitar videos and stuff. I think that works. And this is one of the ones that I did. Very good to play this one on guitar. Let's see here. So, we got 5 pounds from Niall Scott. Claw, did you see the Meat Canyon with Irate Gamer doing ghost psychology in it? He shows a clip where he's trying to beckon a ghost girl with cookies. Well, I know there's another one where I mean, we watched a video where he talks about wokeness and George Floyd and exorcising George Floyd's ghost or something. But then he didn't really do anything with that. People keep talking about that, like that's a video. Maybe there's another video where he does that. Maybe he was just referencing it there, but we specifically clicked on a video where he talks about, like, woke exorcisms or woke ghosts or something. And it was just clickbait. He brings up George Floyd, it goes nowhere. Just clickbait, unfortunately. If anyone can hook me up with some of them woke ghosts, I'm down for it. I'm down for it. You know, beckon the ghost girl with cookies. I need to watch more of his ghost channel, really. I gotta watch some more Ghost Doctor. Because I saw some of his older videos, you know, some of the ones that he made like 10 years ago. But he's got newer Ghost Doctor videos that are probably more like that one, so I'm excited. I think we'll definitely expect more Irate Gamer in the future. Expect more. Let's see here. $10 from Sergeant Snowball. It's raining outside, my cat is in my lap, and I'm torrenting the PS2 Persona 3. A claw stream makes today perfect. Well, is that Fess or the original? I mean, you probably don't want the original. We really need to start holding Atlas to the fucking fire for the fact that they will just release, like, an early access version of their games and not call it that. But that's basically what it is to anyone who knows these games. It's like, yeah, don't buy SMT5 on Switch because it's gonna be on PS5 in, like, a couple years with more content, you know. And everybody was right about that, and it was true, and it's better now. So it's like, I mean, happy to play it. It's a great game, really enjoying it. But man, they really will just keep doing. They gotta stop scamming people with that. The DLC waifu, it's enough. It's enough. I say after I pre-ordered the game, it's enough already. People need to really stop financially supporting that company. As long as they do stuff like that, you know, Persona 3 remake. And then they put, you know, the DLC is, like, announced a week later. It's like, we didn't decide to remake all of that in the fucking remake. No. You gotta buy money. You gotta pay for that with money. You gotta buy that down the road. Definitely not something we could have included in the remake. Not at all. $5 from Nicole Pinero. A bunch of requests for FNAF adults and stuff. Yeah, at some point we can do some FNAF adults. BFDI will probably come up at some point. You know, I'm sorry we didn't get to more today. $2 from, you know, HG McCartoons. I always believe in you, Claw. Thank you. Believe in me. Why didn't you believe me? I told you I'd shoot. Let's see. Bra Arosa with the 1-month membership. Been a while, Claw. Nice to see you again. It has been. You know, I wake up and I don't have a lot of energy because I'm old and every part of my body hurts. I'm almost 30 now, and for some reason, for the last 2 weeks, I've just been feeling pains in my, like, foot, like my joints, and it's just, you know, it's a pain in the ass to exist, frankly. So. But that's the new normal as I get older, so I have to, you know, just put up with it, I guess. 12 months membership from Shun Kurosaki. Hello, thanks for 1 year of worth of trash, Claw. I wish I wasn't in a lead-lined building right now. Jesus Christ, get out of there. I hope that wasn't all day for you. Yeah, it's been at least a year of membership now. I think we started around Like, maybe... It might be it might be around 13 months now, but thank you everybody for the memberships. We will do some more... we will definitely do some more... emotes sometime soon, I think. I think we're long overdue getting some additional fun emotes. It's just difficult to think of ones that are, like, gonna last for a long time. I think what I'm gonna do is make or maybe one of the mods, if somebody's on the Discord as a mod here, if one of the mods is here, maybe make a thread in art and selfies, just for suggesting or creating new, emotes, potential emotes, things like that. We've only got so many spaces available, but I don't have that many ideas for emotes, ultimately. And, like, I don't want to have to copy them, you know, cut them out from fucking GIMP on a stream. I did that one time, and it was just, I was boring myself. Like, this is not good content. Just sitting here like, oh, wait a second, I almost got it! That's not good. So, yeah, maybe we can get some suggestions for emotes. I'd be willing to take some suggestions on that. That would be good. $20 from Ryan Pearson. Thank you very much. Hey, Dork, love the stream. I've rewatched the one on IPOS recently. If a few mean YouTube comments was enough to put him in a doctor's office, I dread to think what state he's in from the attention he's gotten in recent months. Yeah, he was, like, the worst period of his life ever. And that's, like, you can really tell that, like, you should never say that, at the very least. You should have the self-awareness to know how embarrassing it is to say that the worst period of your life was when you made a stupid video about The Hills Have Eyes and people called it dumb. And that's the worst thing that's ever happened to you. Because what that communicates is either that nothing bad has ever happened to him, or, alternatively, and much worse, that bad things have happened to him, but that is the worst one, like, to him. Like, oh yeah, his parents died, whatever, but man, that video, though, that was terrible. That was some fucking abuse that I went through during that. Neither of those, obviously, are a good outcome, right? Yeah, embarrassing. I mean, like, he's gonna try to come back, and I just don't... It's like, it's at a point, I don't know if he can come back. You know, some things you come back from, it's like, you know, you're only canceled as long as you allow yourself to be canceled. That's the secret of, like, cancel culture, is, like, you can just keep... Dr. Disrespect can just keep fucking streaming on Kick or wherever he wants. And, like, you know, people are not going to love it, but he's gonna eventually just probably bounce back from it, because most people are just not gonna fucking follow the drama. And, like, his audience is little babies, you know, which is good for him, obviously, but, like, yeah, the cancellation thing, it's kind of all just in your fucking head, Luigi. But, you know, yeah, like, that being said, you get a scenario like this, where it's like you make this horrible video that's, like, slandering a bunch of people, and at what point are you ever going to be able to make another video that's about anything? Any subject matter. I mean, his whole thing is horror. He's proven he doesn't understand what the fuck he's talking about with that. You know? How is he ever going to be able to literally ever recover? He could talk about anything. The only option is for him to just, like, put on a fake voice and make a new channel. That's it. And it's not like, you know, morally, like, this is what you have to do. Like, no, I don't think he's gonna be able to live it down. Like, him specifically, some people might be able to, but he's got a fucking uphill battle with that one. I mean, he can make a video about anything and people will be like, oh, I just don't trust anything you've said. You've proven yourself in multiple scenarios to be full of shit or dumb or lying or both. So, like, I don't trust your video talking about how to build this Gundam, you know, this true grade Gundam figure, you know, I don't trust it. Not buying it, you know. He could just be giving you solid facts. He could be giving you a tutorial video, and it's just, no, don't think I believe it. No, I don't think he's gonna live it down. I just don't. $5 from Felix. They're using Danganronpa setup, and it makes me so sad. Yeah, they're bringing drugs. They're bringing Danganronpa. They're terrorists. I mean, it's terrible. $2 from Tivy2Vs telling me to go back to the egg part of the video. Thank you. Yeah, we had to see the whizzy wazzle woozle woozle boom egg part. That was important. $10 from Shun Kurosaki. those content and trigger warnings are easily the second most actively aggravating shit to me. And I hate that if I wanted to never see them again, I'd just not be able to watch anything at all. Yeah, I mean, everything. And I mean, like, to an extent, I almost get it with certain things where it's like... I had an idea the other day, I was thinking about it, like, okay, if you're watching a video that's talking about, like, Home Alone, right? I think the air conditioner died again. I'm suddenly dying in this room. I think the air conditioner died again. If you make a video talking about Home Alone, and the video just awkwardly has, like, with no warning, just randomly cuts to a segment about, like, the abuse Macaulay Culkin faced, or his, you know, years with drugs or whatever. I mean, that would be a weird thing to put in the video about Home Alone in general in a lot of ways, but that would be a scenario where it's like, I get it, you know, that's not really what I clicked on the video for. You don't expect that that's necessarily going to be in a video. It could be, you know, potentially in a video like that, but it's not necessarily. So, like, maybe a scenario like that, you can go like, hey, it's about to get a little heavy here, you know, something like that. Maybe like an informal warning that, you know, content is about to get real. But yeah, I mean, 90% of the time, 95, 98% of the time, 100% of the time, when I see it, it is just like something where I should have been able to know that this is a thing I would be uncomfortable with by clicking on the fucking title, like the title, the thumbnail. There were signs visible that I might have, you know, that it might have been about something that might have been triggering. Like, it's so infantilizing. And people don't realize they're doing it, you know? And it's not like they're doing it on purpose, and that's what makes it even worse. If they were doing it on purpose to make people, like, oh, you guys are stupid, it's like, alright, well, that's kind of a dick move. But, like, no, this is a pervasive social thing where we have all just become dumber. We're emotionally dumber, and we are, like, unwilling to feel potential negative emotions in any scenario. Even if we click on a video that we know going in is going to be about, like, the one I watched was about family channels and abuse that happens with family channels. There's no way by over halfway through, like, a 2-hour-long video that you don't know what the fucking video's about. But the woman still has to put out a trigger warning. I want to be clear. It was a very good video. It was quite a good video. I liked it all very much. It's just that one part where I can't get past it. It's very annoying to me. It's like, we are dumber as a species now. We are all dumber now than we were. Like, 30 years ago, we were able to experience things of our own without training wheels on. We were able to go through our lives and just, oh, that made me feel bad, and it's gone. Oh, I've processed a negative emotion, and I'm a normal fucking person, and I'm gonna go on with my life. But now everybody is a fucking baby. It's just everyone's a baby, and by default, we're like this. We're expected to be babies. As a rule, as a general rule, we have to be babies, or else you're being insensitive to people. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm eventually going to make the video that's a rant about trigger warnings and the online left. It's gonna be a whole thing. It's gonna be my own 4-hour screed. You know, it's gonna be great. But that's gonna happen sometime. $5 from Valorous Owl. Know the lore on this one. The DR video style format was popularized by Ponder Sprocket after she proved that the Spocter tech didn't commit sex crimes. What? This DR video style I don't know what DR means. I don't know what DR means, but $2 from Valorous Owl. Peaches is Lio's adopted daughter. Is that real? Oh, that's very suspicious, isn't it? That person that sounded like a 12-year-old? Is that... Right, well... You know, all I'm gonna say, takes one to know one. Do with that statement what you will. I don't know if that's true. That's a little weird. $5 from Emma Metfees. Based on Leo's voice, I'm just anticipating him telling Mordecai and Rigby they're fired. I don't know that reference. I mean, I get the reference, but I don't know the character. I know those two characters. I don't know who you're talking about, though. $2 from Felix. Leviathans are coming for you! Yeah, they're coming all over the place. $5 from Nicole Pinero. Review FNAF adults and this game made me depressed from Mario, please. What is this suggestion? Like, again, this sounds... This game made me depressed. What is this? Mario, where are you? Mario, come on. Okay, Mario, is this the channel? I can't even find the fucking channel. You'd think it would come up. How big is this channel? Mario. Sonic Origins be like... Okay, this might be the guy. Walmart gift card, pepper spray. Oh yeah, it's BFDI. It's definitely this thing that you're talking about. I can't review this, sir or ma'am. I can't. This is just some like child on YouTube that has 1,000 2-second long videos, and I don't do that. I hate channels like that. So no thank you. FNAF adults, maybe at some point, possibly. $5 from Just Larm. Claw, you should make a screen overlay like GTA, but instead of wasted, it says ranted, you know, for the users. That's not a bad idea. I could maybe try to work on that. I need the font and the, I guess the, like, the sound effect that plays. $5 from Sophia, talking about the Irate Gamer video. Thanks for letting me know. Appreciate it. $5 from the Retro Shepherd. Listening to your streams in the background as I make a Left 4 Dead 2 map. It makes the process tolerable. You know, I've been, stunning plot twist here. This is a devious revelation from me in the 11th hour of the stream. Recently I've been playing VR chat. I say playing. You don't really play it that much. Mostly I've just been exploring worlds. My favorite one so far is a really big kitchen. Well, it's probably a normal-sized kitchen, but you're really tiny in the kitchen. And you got, like, super jump and stuff. It's great. It's a good time. You know, I've been thinking while I've been playing it, I've been like, you know, I kind of want to... There's a lot of really good maps that are, like, psychedelic, you know, fucking weird explorative zones that, you know, you just VR your way through. I've been kind of like, man, I wish I could do 3D modeling. I want to make a map based on the Electric Castle from the Arion album, where you explore the Electric Castle, you go through the Garden of Emotions, you know, you go through the Tower of Hope, and you go through the 2 gates at the end and everything. But I just don't have that ability. I do not have that ability. I used to fuck with SketchUp a little bit, but never got too far. Never got too far with it. 3 months member Sophia with the Chris Boris, telling me where to find the video. I thought it was on the Irate Gamer channel. It's on his Ghost Doctor channel. Thank you. $5 also, Sophia. Thank you. Edgelord Leon, member for 11 months. What? It occurred to me the other day, you've been talking about furries recently. Have you ever looked up cooking with furries? Could be gold. That's gold, Jerry. I feel like that's definitely come up. I feel like that's a Moby Dick. That's like a white whale type of scenario. That's like... We've tried. We've wanted to find, like, bad furry channel, bad cooking channel, and, like, the holy grail is like, oh my god, I found a furry with hundreds of cooking videos. I don't think I've ever found that, though. It would be nice to. I'd be open to looking for it at some point in time. $10 from Hunter Terrat. So if Chris vibrated more, he wouldn't have diddled his mom? Interesting stuff here. Thanks, Irate. By the way, love your vids, Deadwing. Glad to catch a stream live for once. Well, I'm glad to have you here. If you missed it, there's a new video on the channel. I just uploaded it before the stream started. So go check it out for more Irate Gamer action. In a video that might just be him trying to get attention, really. But, I mean, I've had people push back against that Brian Mullins video. And they're like, you're just giving him what he wants. He just wants attention. And, like, they don't seem to comprehend that I get, like virtually everybody that we look at on this stream, I'm like, okay, is this guy just doing this for attention? And usually the answer is maybe, but even if he is, it doesn't really matter. It's just embarrassing either way, and it's like interesting to me that somebody would be so desperate for attention that they would do X thing, you know, insert thing here, and you know, so it's like maybe that is what he's after. He just wants people to talk about it. I don't know, but it's still kind of embarrassing. $5 from Edgelord Leon. Since you enjoy VG soundtracks, you should check out the song Rave On from Killer 7. Seems up your alley. Whole OST is good too. Well, that's definitely... I'm not going to listen to that, because that's definitely a game that I have, for like 20 years now, been like, yeah, I'll get to it eventually. That's one of those backlog ones. So I'm sure I will get to it eventually. At this point in time, I'm playing like 6 different SMT games at once, but I'm sure I will get to it eventually. And when I do, I'm sure I'll enjoy the music, you know, or I'll keep an ear out for the music. $5 from Nicole Pinero. Yes, thank you for the suggestion. I've seen your suggestions. I appreciate it. They're not very good suggestions. Maybe FNAF adults, maybe another time. But like the BFDI one, a lot of what you're suggesting winds up being little children with, you know, very uninteresting videos. They're not something I find all that interesting at this point in time. I appreciate that you want me to watch these, though. Your support is appreciated. Please stay on the line. Drop the gun. Drop the gun. $5 from Nick C. Hey Claw, parts of that first vid from like an autism sitcom. Also, I'd highly recommend looking into Book Talk, trust me. Parts of that first vid are like an autism sitcom. Well, I mean, I guess I could see that, yeah. You know, I mean, I don't know what the funny... It's not a sitcom, it's more like a black comedy. It's like a soap opera melodrama black comedy. There's no laugh track, there's no real jokes, but it's just it's the situation. It's the, you know, the overall, the ludicrousness of the situation is supposed to be the comedy, I guess, you know? Let me see here. Book Talk? I mean, I'm familiar with Book Talk. I'm not gonna... I mean, you need to be more specific with that. Book Talk? I mean, you mean like specific people on Book Talk talking about books? Or are you talking about some of the shitty Book Talk recommendations that are all like, you know, what's that one bitch's name? The one everyone hates, Hoover or whatever, Colleen Hoover, I think is her name. She's like Book Talk, right? She's one of those core, or Light Lark or whatever, you know, TikTok white girl books, basically. Yeah, I mean, it might be funny a little bit. I don't know. I don't really. If I want to read something on stream, I don't think it would be that. I think it would be, fuck, that one book. I forget the name of it now, but it was 372 pages. Was going to do this book, and I was like, oh man, this looks so promising. And then I think they decided not to do it because they realized the guy's like, you know, autistic. And thank God I do not have any such issues with that. But it's basically a Chris Chan style book where he writes himself into a narrative, and it's based on like potato chip girl mascots or something. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. I read a little bit of it on stream. I'd like to do more of it at some point. Let me see here. 12 months from Soapy, 1 year of being a certified sicko. Let's go. Hope all is well, Claw. Let's go! And that's for everybody that's done a 1 year on the certified sicko. Thank you to everybody. There's been a few today that have been around for the for 12 full months. I think it might be 13 months now, but I'm really not sure. But either way, thank you. Thank you. All is okay. Today's been pretty enjoyable, you know. Nice stream, good video. I finally put a video out. I've been kind of kicking myself because I told people I was going to do Sonic Sega Gamer Part 2 next. And then I was just like, I've got other videos I want to do, but I feel beholden to doing this other Sonic Sega game. At a certain point, I was just like, fuck it. We'll get to it when we get to it. That video's not going anywhere. It's fine. I got some other stuff I want to do, though. And today was part of that. I'm glad I got this one out. Finical Lex with $2. Do you know Anime Bro Me? It's crazy. Yeah, I've looked at him on stream, and I just watched a video. I think Toastify talked about him. Just recently I watched that video. Yeah, it's a pretty funny situation. Well, funny and kind of not so funny. It's embarrassing. It's extremely embarrassing when he has his parents in a YouTube video doing a sketch, and he names the underage girl that he's grooming at that time as his, like, love. His like, one true love. You know, his true and honest sweetheart kind of thing. Very, very cringe. Very uncomfortable. $2 from Autistic Wolf. Missed the whole stream. Hope it'll be unlisted. Well, maybe. Yeah, probably. Sorry you missed out. $5 from Nicole Pinero, a retracted message, and another 5 asking for Pie Guy rules. Let me look up Pie Guy rules for you. Hang on. Pie Guy rules. Because I've heard that name. That's another one that's familiar. I might have looked at this guy before. He hasn't done anything in like 2 years. Yeah, he's got. You know, this is a good suggestion. I could look at this guy maybe. This guy seems like he could be funny. He's got some good rants from like a decade ago that might be interesting. And he's mysteriously disappeared. So, you know, there's that too. So, yeah, there you go. Maybe another time. Well, I saved it. Maybe another time we'll look at that. $5 from Folger Kelly. What about epic lion infanticide within character? There's a second tur after. In character tur. Trigger warnings and unsettling rotoscoped mixed with flash animation of lions. That does sound pretty good. I mean, I know you won't shut up about this fucking lion thing, I know. That's, you know, I should have paired that with Lyle Convoy, I guess, but that's on the list. I'll get to it eventually. You can stop pestering me about it now. It's not like I'm gonna forget. Eventually I will decide I feel like doing that video. I mean, you can keep, I guess it's fine. You can keep giving me money and suggesting it, I guess. It's just, you're just wasting your money I know, you've said this like 7 times now. I know about the Lion movie. We'll watch it at some point. I'm sure it'll be fun. It'll at least be worth a little, you know, a brief watch, you know. Thank you. I appreciate it. We'll get to it at some point. That'll do it for the stream. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. I hope you had a good one. A bit of an impromptu one post video. Kind of wasn't even planning to do this. I need to eat lunch. We're still early enough that I can eat some lunch now. I'm gonna make some fucking spaghetti, which is just like normal spaghetti, but it's more superlative. It's fucking spaghetti. So thank you, everybody, for stopping by. This has been enjoyable. I hope you had a good one. We'll be back sometime soon with more trash. More death and silence and trash. And yeah, take it easy, everybody. Penis.